16.
Somehow he got this bitch out of this.
This is what they go to sleep in?
Yes.
Every night?
Somehow me got her to slip out of this. Her
that's kind of sexy.
that shit is hot.
That's one hell of a role play.
That is demonic.
Yeah. No, this is what Mitt Romney wore.
No, he didn't.
Come on, man.
He's a liar.
Oh!
Explain that.
Oh, I didn't touch those women.
Explain that.
I had my undergarments on.
Yeah, man. This is what this
Yeah,
is.
I bet.
It ain't nothing.
Look at these ass hats.
Yeah.
When do you think that is?
What do you mean?
Like what time?
They wear this now, bro.
That's no.
Yes, they do.
Stop. They don't.
Bro, I'm not lying. What the fuck do you mean? Bro, this guy's wearing it as we speak.
Look at
And he's
that
getting
guy.
beat up.
Look at his smirk.
He's getting
Yeah,
beat
his
the fuck up.
his bitch is getting tagged is what's
Why
happening.
does he look like an off-brand Mark Wahlberg?
He's over there tucking it in, and his bitch is over there getting long stroked by Billy.
Nah, yeah, I'm fucking their bitch.
Yeah, it was. He's like, yeah, okay, I agree with that. Yeah, look at this right here. This is the evolution of their.
They need to stop.
Damn, they blacked my dog's dick out.
Yo, he's slong.
My dog got the hang low. Like,
Jesus.
what the fuck?
He's not blessing no bitches.
Jesus.
He ain't blessing no
ain't
bitches.
Nah, I'll tell you one thing. His bitch not getting fucked by nobody.
Oh my God, he said, bitch, you can look at it.
She's holding out for that one day.
You can look at it.
That's it.
Oh,
She's
Lord.
holding out for that one day he puts it on her. So I think Josh Allen, he has to win if he makes the Super Bowl. If he doesn't, he's a bum.
Well, he could be the next Jim Kelly. Go to the Super Bowl, don't win the shit.
Oh man.
In Buffalo. Yeah, Jim
Buffalo.
Kelly won 3 times, right?
3 times. Yes, sir. 3 times.
You know? I mean, I like Josh Allen, though. I pegged him to be great. People were doubting me on that, you know? They're like, oh,
Yeah.
he can run, but, you know, he's not accurate. I was like, all right. He's fucking 6'5", 240. Runs like a 4.4 and can throw it 70 yards. I think
No
he'll
doubt.
figure it out.
That's all part of it. That's all part of it. Well, he has figured it out. I think it wasn't without reason to have doubt, though, at the beginning of his career. As far as like all the things you're saying, like coming into the league, I think in college he had a 57% completion percentage. And there's a lot of people that believed in him. He was a first-round pick. Like the Bills believed in him, obviously. So, you know, I mean, honestly, and another thing, I think that we kind of underrate Stephon Diggs' contribution to Josh Allen's career.
Of course.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs has been huge there. And don't get it twisted, he was balling before Josh Allen.
I don't think
Josh Allen really wasn't balling before Stephon Diggs. Not to say he's responsible for Josh Allen, but I'm just saying, like, that's a big thing. Like, he has a guy that he could trust. Did you see the shit I sent you?
I think he no.
Stephon Diggs?
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
I could push back on that because I had him in fantasy the year before he really blew up. And I remember you commended me because he finished as a top 5 fantasy.
Talking about Josh Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember, though. That might have been. Was that before Stephon Diggs?
Before Stephon.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
and it was, you know, because he put up good rushing numbers too. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I think he was like close to like, you know, over 500-600 yards rushing. And
Yeah.
he was throwing the ball around, you know.
Yeah,
had some turnovers, but
That is true, too. I mean, because I remember what you're talking about. There was a year we were playing fantasy football together, and you took Josh Allen as your quarterback, and it was
Everybody
like,
was
man,
like,
a little
what
bit before.
the
Yeah.
fuck?
I was like, yeah. But, nah, the boy was
he
nice.
ended up being literally my best player that year.
Well, you know, yeah, but I mean,
He was top
He had a
5.
full
He finished
team.
top 5 in fantasy.
I don't want, bro, but okay, yeah,
Total.
you made a good pick with him. Like, I was being nice when I said that, but like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Today is the worst day to talk about this. I looked at everybody in our league's fantasy football
come on,
history,
brother.
bro. I don't think you ever finished above 5th in the league.
No, I know.
Oh my
Fuck, man. What are you
God.
talking
Screenshots?
about? I lost in the
Easy.
championship.
Easy,
I lost in the
honestly,
championship. What are you saying?
easy.
All right, receipts.
Easy.
Receipts.
Yeah, let's pull it up. I mean, I do think there's one year where you might have finished 3rd though, at like your first year or something like that. But yeah, for the most part, you're trash, to be honest.
What are you talking about, man?
Let them know, Denzel.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. I'll pull it up. And right
Don't
here,
know.
hopefully, I'm
Don't
putting
know.
it in the.
Hey, man, I draft really well, man. You're going to see.
Okay, so I'm gonna start from 2016 when you started playing fantasy football. 2nd place. So that was the year that you lost in the championship, like you said. After that, 7th place out of 14. 9th place out of 10.
Oh, remember?
10th place out of 12.
Oh, and that 17, that one, the second year.
Hold on, time out. But then
There was some discrepancies on why I didn't finish that season.
then my dog had he did come in 2nd place again, so I underrated him with that. He had 2 top 2 finishes, but then 7th place again, 6th place again, and then 10th place currently this year. Don't listen to shit this man says to you about fantasy football.
Is it fair enough to? Can we see what's your record?
Oh man,
I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. Yeah, I didn't want to be the one to take it there.
He's the Roger Goodell of the league.
I didn't want to.
I really didn't want to take it
He's the
there.
Roger Goodell of the league. By the way.
It seemed inappropriate.
Listen.
It seemed inappropriate, but definitely out. Let's see my situation. I've been at this a little bit longer, since 2010. So your boy, first place, fourth place, ninth place. I slipped a little bit. Sixth place. Then third place, second place, first place, sixth place, first place, fifth place, first place, second place, and first place this year. I'm different. That's the thing. I am different.
These are all your
He runs the league.
I'm him.
I'm about to see all your
I'm
leagues.
him.
Runs the league.
No, man, I'm very fair, and that's why people trust me to run the league. By the way, and while we're running this little podcast, go ahead and introduce everybody. Episode
I'm gonna
50.
get fined for this later.
Episode 56. I'm pretty sure is what this is. Welcome, like, share, subscribe, show some love, share this with a loved one, share this with somebody that you love, make their life a little bit better. I'm joined by some familiar faces. We got Deuce Andretti here. Go ahead and tell them where they can find you. It's Deuce Andretti, right? Twitter. Let them know.
Andretti. Find me on Twitter.
For the flagrancy.
Find me everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm in your ear. You hear me now.
Nice. And if you want to reach out to him specifically for what the fuck is up with the dirty fucking tweets, by the way? I was looking at your shit. There was something just wild talking about matter of fact, once again, let's pull receipts. Yeah, because I don't want to put words in my man's mouth. But there was some wild shit that he had put on fucking Twitter that I'm like, okay, who's he talking to? That's what I was just wondering.
I like to retweet R&B lyrics.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if I ever heard anybody talking about "Eat the Pussy from the Back" on the R&B song. Maybe,
Sound like
maybe.
Mike Epps. What you talking about?
What do you mean? You gotta listen to
That
a
was
little
Friday.
tape.
You were listening to.
Nasty boy. But also we got Bills in here today, man. Bills, where can they find you, Cole?
Yo, what's good?
Yeah. Wherever you like to be found.
I'm chilling.
We're here. Hey, check out the YouTube Shorts soon. We got to plug that, man. It's going to be important.
Yeah, you can go follow the YouTube channel, I guess.
Yeah, it's called YouTube Shorts. Bitch.
Okay, no.
Watch GT TV now.
Beautiful. Okay, yeah. Definitely go check them out, support, and then check out all the shorts is what you're mainly doing right now, but we'll see that grow.
Yeah, you want to watch some random shit?
Yeah.
Bored, just go watch some shorts.
I'm excited to see that grow for real. And then we got 7, brother.
Man, y'all
Yeah.
time,
Let them know. Do you want to be found anywhere, or you like to your anonymity?
You can find him with the Lord.
Me? Hey, exactly. I'll find you. Like that.
Yeah, no, I like that too. So, and then obviously you got Big Baby here. Check me out, Sitting Politic everywhere, Twitter, Instagram, all that. Go follow that so we can stay in touch. Anybody want to collaborate and things like that, I'm down.
He said,
and I'm ready.
Call on my phone.
That's right. Let's go. So where do we want to start today? We want to talk about football right off the bat because that's what we're.
How they getting whooped right now?
Yeah,
Eagles,
it's the Eagles putting it on the Cowboys right now for Sunday Night Football.
It'd be nice if
them,
they could
son.
tighten up.
It would be nice. Oh yeah, man. Talk about the money you have on the line. That's important.
Let's just not hurt my
First play
soul.
touchdown.
Oof. Yeah. No, I think Deuce Andretti,
Fumble.
man, he might be. You might be a little bit richer after tonight if you hit this parlay.
Yeah, would have been.
That's something maybe you could talk to people about because, like I said, fantasy football is not it.
Boy, that's like the Angels coming down.
Don't
to help
gamble,
him.
everyone.
Don't gamble. Yeah, no, for sure. I think God might be getting in between you and that 20K. You feel me? Like he's just not
boy.
ready for that.
Listen.
You're not ready for that blessing yet.
Settle down. Settle down.
He works in mysterious ways, man. That's all we can
Praise
say.
his name.
We're at
Yes,
the
sir.
church.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so football today. Let's see what all happened. So Dolphins lost off rip. We could talk about that. That's my
Brady's
squad.
tired
To
of
put it out there first. Listen, get that out the way.
Get it out the way. Get all the razzing out the way. Tua still not playing because of the concussion.
Also-
And
I
Also,
thought he was
his
told
fault.
to not play at all.
No,
yeah,
they
well,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, no, you're right as far as he has gotten that advice from outside sources.
Like the dude who made the shit.
Yeah, the guy, the concussion dude. Damn, what's his name? But yeah, the guy that fucking Will Smith played in the concussion movie. Yeah, he said he should never pick up a football again.
Wow.
You know what's interesting?
I know
heard
that's hella deep, to be honest.
He's like,
Bro,
the one
he
who gets
just
one
concussion.
concussion
That's what I'm
shouldn't
saying. And it's what, his second year in the league?
Hey, but he can train. He can train. Hey, listen, don't give up, dog. Listen, you can train. You can train people to make them great.
Facts. That's
I
facts.
don't know. What is it? Realist. I don't know. I said this the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, he running.
Well,
That's how you're the greatest at things. That's how I determine it, right?
Yeah.
Especially with fighting. Like a lot of these fighters want to kind of go out at the top,
Like,
and it's
where
like,
is, like, the
why don't you want to defeat or defend your legacy by being the greatest? It's like I kind of see Ali being the greatest because he damn near lost his mind because of him just going at it for so long.
The commitment to the sport.
Exactly. You see how he is now? That was crazy.
No, he passed away, but
Oh yeah.
he fucking literally was like he couldn't speak, but that's because
Trauma
he lived
to
this
the
shit
brain.
fully.
Yeah, no, 100%. Well, I wanted to touch on the guy that had came out and spoke out. This is where I kind of like, that's his brand is anti brain trauma, which is a great thing to be against. But this is like him saying Tua shouldn't play. I don't put a ton of stock in that because that's what his entire brand has been the entire time. So this is like another opportunity, if I'm thinking about it cynically, for him to come out, get his name everywhere because everybody was talking about Tua last week or whenever, and then also have it attached directly to what your brand is what you talk about, what you stand on. So he's like not the most reliable source. Just like, to be honest, somebody that's involved with the NFL being like, oh yeah, he should definitely come back. There's no issue with that. I'm like, well, what do you have to gain by this stance that you're taking? And him, I feel like he has a lot to gain. But I've heard people say he should be out for as long as 6 weeks because initially they thought he took 2 concussions back to back and within 4 days.
He did.
Well, so the NFL investigation says that the first one wasn't, and that he was good, allegedly. Wasn't it a back injury? That is what they're saying. Dudes, you want to help me out? Yeah.
That dude slammed the shit out of him.
Yeah, well, the first one, honestly, I didn't think that hit was as bad. I was surprised he got hurt so bad off that. The one where he just got pushed to the ground. No, that one was vicious. That one was vicious against the Bengals, where the dude literally grabbed him, and that guy is probably 100 pounds heavier than Tua. Like, we're just talking about science shit. Like, we're talking about force, X, velocity.
You're on a roller coaster strapped down.
100%.
Hitting the ground.
Yeah. No, you're right. That one, I wasn't.
700 pounds of force. You're fucking just. Pow.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised that hurt him. Actually, I'm going to pull up that video so we can put it in here for anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about.
Bounced.
Yeah, Tua.
And that's actually what's even worse. Like, him landing on his shoulders and his neck kind of whiplashing.
No, 100%.
I'm like, well, I would have been pissed. Do you see him stiff out?
Oh, yeah.
That shit was, what?
Absolutely.
Oh, you know what we got to talk about, too?
What's that?
Fucking Deontay Wilder.
Oh, yeah. Giving that other dude a concussion.
And did you see?
He was laying there with his eyes open.
Did you see Deontay Wilder started crying at his, like, press conference talking about it?
Why?
So bad.
I feel so bad.
But he was talking. I was like, what is going on?
Right here's the. Well, I mean, you saw it.
Yeah.
So hopefully y'all are watching this.
Huge.
Oof.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
How fast he got whipped around.
Bro literally has arthritis in his fucking fingers because of this shit.
Look at that. That's fucked up.
He's just staring at his hands. Somebody grabbed his hands. Okay, put this shit down. Make a fist. No, that's fucking wild.
You're an asshole, homie.
He's still celebrating. He's like, yeah, I did that. So, yeah, this is part of the concern. I think this is a valid concern.
I might have just saved the Bengals season with that play.
And then they won, I think, today against the Saints. But yeah, this hit was vicious. I mean, just when, like I said, when you're talking about velocity right there, that guy is, and on his head.
Yeah, it's like, and he has that back pad too to kind of like uneven.
Yeah. So.
Fuck.
Yeah, I've heard people say that he should be out for as long as 6 weeks. Although today,
helmet cushion.
Today it got announced that, well, actually, I think it was yesterday, that he should be back next week. So he should be returning next week, which would be 2 weeks out. 2 weeks out.
I'm gonna be honest. If I was him, I wouldn't rush absolutely nothing.
No, I agree.
I don't see a reason.
Playoffs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean that's why they're rushing. I mean, if they're even rushing, I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. Do you think 2 weeks is rushing it? Yeah.
What? Look at it. That shit right there is scary.
Oh.
No, I feel you.
He's stiffed out.
Yeah.
You don't know if he's cripping or he's blooding. You don't even know. Look at his head. Wacky.
And the fact that he had 2 big hits back-to-back weeks.
Within 4 days. Because this was a Thursday night game. The other game was a Monday. I mean, it's Sunday. But like I said, they came back afterwards and said the first hit wasn't a concussion, which we'll pull that one up for you right now. But yeah, like in my opinion, I think a lot of quarterbacks go out on on that hit. To be honest with you,
Bro, listen. Them jokers be. How much do they press? How much they bench press?
You're right. 300, 400 pounds easy.
Come on, bro.
Just 225. Rep that 40 times.
Motherfuckers about what? 195, 100.
Hey, right here. Check this out. I don't know if you saw this one, 7, but this was the first hit. This was 4 days before that other hit. Go check out Smooth Recoil.
Oh, he blocked him clean though.
Yeah, right here though. Damn, come on, show the hit. Stop bullshitting. So yeah, this one right here. They're saying when
he's where he got the concussion right here.
Okay, first of all, Tua falling is. You know what?
It's dangerous.
You need to fall a little better, my boy.
They need to send him to Hollywood for some stunt training.
That's what I'm literally like. Have you ever fallen off a bike or something, homie? Like,
next time he gets pushed, his ass goes just somersault.
At least you're making money. At least you're making money.
So with this, did y'all see him stumble?
Yeah,
I mean, I did.
Yeah. So because of that, people think it's a concussion. Definitely now, I mean, definite. I don't know. That's a little.
How many weeks did he wait till he played?
He didn't at all.
Oh,
so what I'm saying is 4 days after that, he was playing against the Bengals, and that hit that happened where he was like stiffed up. Yeah.
Damn.
He should have healed. That's what it was. Your brain, when your brain, like, you know,
rattles.
Yeah.
Well, what a concussion is a bruise to the brain. So.
Well, and it's just being ignorant. Like, motherfucker, you know you ain't feeling 100%, but you're like, damn, I'm gonna be a hard ass. I'm gonna go do what I need to do. But it's like,
sure.
True that. True that.
I feel at the same time. I mean, I don't know.
Make sure you're talking into the mic, because honestly, I know what you were saying, but
to keep his job.
Yeah, I mean, with Tua, I don't know that. I mean, he's proven that he could be the long-term option. I think he's not battling for his job week to week, and I don't know if that's what you're suggesting. I think it's apparent today and last week that he's not battling for his job week to week. There's no quarterback on the roster that could run the offense as good as he can.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean there's not a quarterback out there that can't do it.
None that are available. None that are available today.
Anytime soon.
So that's the off-season question. And I do think that is what he needs to prove. Honestly, for me, the biggest thing, if he plays how he did the first 3 games of the season, then he's a franchise quarterback as far as skill goes. But the durability is still a huge question. You know what I mean? If you're not available, the most important ability is availability. I'm sure we've all heard coaches say that. So if you can't be on the field, no matter how talented you are, and if every game is a roll of the dice because you might get pushed down really hard, you feel like another thing we talked about, that hit with the Bengals. I think that a lot of quarterbacks once again get hurt on that hit, but I don't know if that hit is even possible on something like Josh Allen. I don't know if that guy's slinging Josh Allen's ass around like that because he's a big ass man.
But
you know what I'm saying?
You should have seen the buddy. You should have seen Tua running next to the lineman, bro. He looks like me, bro.
Yeah, and Tua looks hella fragile, to be completely honest.
Like,
well, and he has a history. On top of looking, he has a history of injuries.
Big injury history.
I swear to God.
When he walks in the doctor's office, they got to list off all the injuries. So there's a lot.
Yeah,
Jackson
in Alabama, wasn't he hurt? Like
he did get hurt in Alabama. He hurt his hip,
and then Hurts came in and showed out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, it's opposite. Hurts was gone when he hit it.
Whoever made his Madden player,
I don't know who played after him
too much.
When he hurt his hip. Do you remember who took over the job?
Mac Jones.
Maybe. Yeah, I know he was the quarterback after he left, but I'm not sure if that's who. Maybe it was Jalen Hurts.
See,
I feel like he was on Oklahoma already though, but I mean you could be right, to be honest. Here, let's actually pull up the hip injury to college injury. There you go.
I mean, his entire
it suggests, by the way, you put in Tua and then like CO, it says fucking highlights, and the second thing is injury. So it's like, damn, okay, yeah, carted off, bro.
Talks about this man, son. Yeah. Everybody talks about this.
No, he is definitely he's a big topic. But I mean, right now he's playing on a team that, for the last 2 years, I think most of the NFL has picked him out as a team that's like on the edge of contending. You know what I mean? Like has great defense.
Like Cam.
What was that?
Like Cam Newton.
I mean, hey.
Because that boy be on and off in the NFL, boy. I don't know what's going on, boy. You say you was who? You was
Superman.
What? Super what?
Oh man, hey. I don't want to change the subject, but I am pulling this up. So in the meantime, I read some shit that Dwight Howard said that he's had sex in a Superman cape
with transgenders.
Okay, he didn't say that part. I don't think he admitted that part, but I feel you. I know that's the word.
The man has been caught plenty of times.
Okay, hold up. All right, well, be clear. Or in alleged, because remember, like, whose platform this is. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get sued for some crazy shit you're saying.
No. See, look,
you definitely did it.
Oh, bro.
Go back.
Well, I mean, we ain't really see too much, but we'll go back.
Why is he even playing 35-7?
That's a great point. It's only the second quarter.
Oh my God, they
That
fat
knee,
ass.
like,
Yeah, he doesn't know how to fall. You don't know how to fall.
You don't know how to fall, my boy.
I think he just started.
Oh, yeah. Look, he's like, God damn it.
Coach.
His fucking hip went out? Are we serious? Yeah, that sucks.
I
That
know
sucks.
that shit hurts.
For sure.
He's like, how the hell did that happen?
And I don't know because it's never happened to me, but it just sounds painful as hell. The hip.
Yeah.
Bro, you
Fuck.
seen how he fell, son. Listen,
Yeah.
And that's
was-
a big ass bone. Like, that shit gotta fucking hurt.
No, you're not wrong.
And like, bro, playing football, doing that, bro,
Yeah.
falling like that, that's definitely.
Yeah, you like
that
crunching
definitely-
it too. Oh
But
my God.
in your hip, it's so important when you're talking about quarterback or just like really.
Fucking just standing
In general.
doing it.
But yeah, with like
Walking.
what you're doing, it's big.
But you never know somebody coming,
Right,
one of
watch
the
this
linemen
slow
coming
mo.
behind you. You feel me?
True.
Like they literally have a blind spot.
Ooh,
Yeah, they just crunched it, dude.
yeah. This one, they grabbed onto his hips and went boneless. Hey, Deuce, just remember we're on camera right now doing a podcast because it's not audio only.
Hey,
Yeah.
man, listen,
Oof.
he got folded.
No, well, I mean, kind of just like grabbed his hip and just went boneless and went down with his ass.
Oh,
That's
man.
that's a lot. So I mean, with stuff like this is a history. Ooh, wincing with like,
And he took the helmet off. He already
Yeah,
knew
no,
it,
that I
bro.
remember
Yeah,
watching that
over.
live. That was fucked.
he's like, take me out of this game.
Bump that. How am I gonna get out of this game?
How am I gonna get to the sideline?
Bro, like this
not
hurts
wrong.
so bad.
You're not
son.
wrong.
You don't understand. Like,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm asking to hit me with the morphine pin.
Right away before I get up.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I can't feel my fucking
Yeah.
leg.
So I mean, I don't know. With like things like this, he came back from this, and then at the beginning, like I said, throughout
That's
the first
what I
three
was gonna
games,
Did he come back from it?
he was throughout the first three games this year, he was leading the league in passing yards.
Gotcha.
So I mean, I think he's shown that past this that he could perform, but it's just if you're always like biting your nails, worried that he's gonna have another injury because he's just a
Bro, he's in
smaller
so
guy.
much
Iffy.
pain, Jesus.
Bro, yeah, he literally can't take the towel off. He's like, bro, I can't stop crying, which I feel.
Fighting that shit.
I had
Yeah.
just blood
Oh, you're probably right.
pouring from my body.
Bro.
Yeah,
You know, bro, like especially playing football, like either a concussion,
Yeah.
or like a hamstring or like a ACL pull. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, bro. You already know.
What's the worst injury you've ever had?
a concussion?
Concussion.
I had to sit out the whole second half. I was in the bathroom crying.
Did you play
so
the next
bad.
game?
No.
So you're out the whole next week too.
Yeah, I stopped playing football. I was in Jacksonville. I was
He was
playing
trying to
football
walk
there.
off.
How
I
old was it? High school or past high school?
2019.
Okay.
Yeah,
2019. Okay.
I was out there trying to play, man, and for whole it was kickoff. Ran the first one down the field, man. I hit that motherfucker, bro, because he flipped. But most of all, I felt his knee hit my head. You know what
Oh.
I'm saying? And I just felt dizzy.
And this was the other team. Like it wasn't like a
team.
teammate or anything.
No, it
Okay.
was the other team.
Got you. Damn.
He's like, he was cracking on that fucking kickoff.
Bro,
I've
Yeah.
hit teammates before.
Oh yeah. Like some of the,
teammates out of the game.
some of the worst injuries I've ever had was due to teammate. I had fucked my leg up because I was blocking for the running back, and then he had hit me like just running, hit me in my back and knocked
Fucking
me off
peasant.
balance, and then somebody else hit me, and then I landed on my leg, fucked my whole shit up.
Fucking peasant.
Yeah, last game of the year. Well, that's how it goes.
We still love you though.
Definitely still love you. Trone, love you, man. Definitely fucks with you. But you know, yeah, it
And in
happens like that.
careers, man.
Yeah. Well, it didn't in careers. Calm down. You know what I mean?
could've
But
been in the NFL,
maybe prevented that. You know what I mean? And then if that's the case, then you know what I mean. I need fucking reimbursement on my shit. I don't know if Trone got it though.
I need
You know what I mean?
a couple thousand.
I need 3 years of NFL salary, Trone.
Oh man.
We'll leave it to the minimum.
Yeah, sure. Shit. But yeah. So
First
anyway,
two paychecks.
stop
Listen,
fucking
man,
watching this shit. This fucking guy's.
the field, man. That's crazy, man.
That is crazy.
But the crazy thing
Damn.
is, do you see many quarterbacks getting hurt like that?
I mean, in comparison to other positions, you're probably right. No, I don't think so.
My point.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think, like the last serious quarterback injury that I've seen. Can you think of any? Because I mean, Tua would be the one. But before Tua,
No,
Trey
because I
Lance.
thought they like put in a rule.
Trey Lance.
that they couldn't like really rough up the quarterbacks, and I feel like this season they're fucking these quarterbacks up.
Well,
it's football.
They're throwing some wide. So on the opposite end of that, they've thrown some fucking crazy roughing the passer calls, and people kind of shitty about it, like saying like this ain't football. Like, well, actually, here they might have a fucking highlight reel of that. Roughing the passer.
Well, it's a gladiator sport. Tell them this.
I mean, it's football. Back in the day, I used to get fucked up in quarterback.
Yeah, you already know.
Like I'm saying, I used to like crack back my own teammates.
Oh yeah,
in Pop Warner, my coaches used to love it.
Yeah, asshole.
That's what they like. You feel me? They like hearing that because
it's crazy because
thing to do.
When they used to see, like I used to see people walking, I used to just crack back them, and my coaches used to literally like, be like, yeah. It was crazy. I was like, oh okay, they were like, just run around and be a maniac. All right, cool.
For real, bro. Gladiator sport.
What's the worst injury you ever had?
A gladiator.
Me?
Yeah. And Bills, if you have one too, man, I'd love to hear. Not football.
Not BMX.
I was fucking playing my junior year at quarterback. We ran the triple option. We played. Who were we playing? We were playing some team.
Yeah.
And I ended up straining both my MCLs. Yeah.
That's fucked
and
up.
And finish the game.
Wait, tell them first off, where your MCLs?
On the inside of your leg.
Okay.
So I straightened both so I straightened both the ligaments on my legs. So
did you play the following week? I assume not, right?
Yeah, I did.
You did.
I just didn't practice.
Huh.
I didn't practice all week.
Is that something, an MCL strain? Is that something that people typically can play with? I don't know. I never had that.
No.
Sounds painful.
Yeah.
It was definitely painful the next day. Like I struggled. Like
and
the thing was I
could
walk and I could run.
You didn't feel like a tightness?
But I couldn't I just couldn't bend my legs.
When did you feel normal again?
Is, like, if I had bent my legs at all, I knew I would have tore them. You know what I'm saying?
When did you feel normal again?
It took like maybe a day or two.
Really?
And I was like, yeah.
I'm shocked.
I was a freak, bro. I was a freak back in high school. It was
this motherfucker literally.
No.
I'm Wolverine.
The youth.
No, I was a freak, bro. Billy can tell you because the way I used to like freaking like party. Like I didn't really smoke, but I used to drink a lot.
Bro, that's different than like fucking MCL strains. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Went out and partied that night.
And you think that helped you out?
No, I'm just saying it was just weird though because I literally it was a problem though because it did bother me for like the next week. Like I said, I didn't practice.
Bro, and you played. That's why I'm curious because like a lot of times situations like this, you have an injury, you rush to get back, like what we were talking about earlier, and then that shit either never is the same because you're just consistently fucking your leg up more. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be surprised if your legs were never the same, but that's why I was confused. I'm not so familiar with like the severity of an MCL strain. Maybe it is something like after a week, if you're really resilient, you can play through it. I would have thought.
I looked into it. I guess they say you can deal with MCL strains and pull.
A lot of Tylenol, motherfuckers. A lot of
Tylenol.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not good. Like it's damaging and shit. But, like I don't know. I don't think I like injured it, but I definitely did injure it.
What was on the line? 3 and 5 season?
Nah, like there was nobody else. That's what it was.
That is not your problem, though. At a certain point, that is not your problem, cuz. So your problem is you got 2 fucking fucked up legs.
Well, the thing was too. You got to
use to walk.
Yeah, literally.
The real thing was it was like so I was a junior.
Yeah.
And it was like so everybody that I grew up playing with, like I don't want to name names, but like my brother and all them, you know what I'm saying, his friends and shit. I grew up playing with them. So it was like, it was their senior year, so I'm like, man, I can't
gotta do it for them.
Down. Yeah, I'm saying, I got to look out for them boys. So to give them some type of chance of like winning, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it was either that and the other guy behind me, he was just.
What was your record at the end of the season?
Don't tell him.
Please tell us.
I think it was 4-5.
Okay, so I mean, honestly, but that's the point, and that's why there was
there was no chance of them winning.
It doesn't matter. Well, hold up, real quick. Let me just make a point because I think this is an important point to make, and it's not. I'm not holding your brother and his friends liable. I'm saying like there's an adult in the room, a coach, that has to realize what you're then risking for a fucking high school football game. You feel what I'm saying?
They might not even be putting in front of scouts.
Nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, that's crazy.
They're doing it for their own record, for like to keep their job. Because if they don't have a good record, they're gonna get fired.
They're gonna get fired. Yeah. And so, like honestly, like I think that there's
people
for sure. Like that's a common this is common bullshit, to be honest, where coaches are allowing people who are fucking 15 to 17 years old to put their long-term health on the line. Because like for you and I was in the same position. That injury actually that I was talking about, I came back in the game after that for the same fucking reason. There was a kid playing center that was bullshit, and we were getting blown the fuck up by Riverview and all that shit. Like, we never beat them and shit. So I was like, oh, yo, I got to go back in this game. That's important to beat Riverview. Fuck no, it's not. Now we went, don't be wrong. We went, and that's a beautiful story because we ended up winning that game. It was an amazing experience, to be honest. But I couldn't walk on my leg. Like, I couldn't bend my leg. Same kind of shit. Like, couldn't bend my leg. So I was sitting there trying to run on it on the sideline to see if I can go fucking hobbling around like fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre shit. So it's like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, then I made the decision, hey, I can go because I wanted to win. I wanted to win. My family was in the stand, all that shit plays into it. But somebody should have realized what I was deciding to risk at that moment. Somebody. Well, hey, no, I mean, yes, but when the fucking 15-year-old doesn't realize that he's taking a ridiculous risk, there's 45-year-old men who are on the fucking field that should have went through that at some point in their life. You're probably a football coach because you played football.
And
so
granted,
if I was on the field, I feel like I would be able to recognize that. Right. You know what I mean?
Was there another person like that could probably play your position for the rest?
Well, there was, and the dude that was playing, I mean, in my opinion, he was playing like dog water, but he ended up, I moved, and he took over the position after I left. Okay. But yeah, he wasn't as good as I was, so I was like, oh, I need to be out there. And also my same kind of shit. You're looking at the people that you've been grinding with all season, and you're like, yo, I can't, if I can literally go on the field at all, you know what I mean, then I need to be out there because I'm looking at this motherfucker's brother, for example. I'm looking at, mad other people that I don't want to mention, but yeah, like people that we've blood, sweat, tears type shit. It's definitely how you feel. Yeah, right. But then when you have perspective, and now I sell weed legally for a living. You know what I'm saying? I could have done that whether we beat Riverview or not. You know what I'm saying? I would have been fine doing that. That has no bearing on, aside from, like I said, a great experience. Don't get me wrong. But that could have went worse. To be honest, I went back into the game. The person that was playing like defensive tackle had noticed, you know what I mean, that I was fucked up. So the motherfucker was literally, he was diving at my leg because really they couldn't fuck with me, to be honest. So they couldn't fuck with me just like trying to like get through the line. So yeah, motherfucker literally dove at my leg. The first time I grabbed this motherfucker by his face, Max, and I'm like, it's a high adrenaline moment. So I'm like, yo, motherfucker, never do this shit again. I'll fucking kill you. Like, you what shit people say.
Yeah, it was crazy.
This is like 2010, 2009 maybe.
I was a freshman.
I was playing freshman football.
Yeah.
Nah. He was in 9th grade.
No, this whatever year it would have been. I think this would have been freshman. Yeah, it's freshman because I only played at Northport freshman.
He was a freshman.
So yeah. So,
but my brother played, so I watched the game though. No, yeah, Jake was a beast.
He
was a beast. He was fucking them up.
And his brother was a guard. He was the left guard. So yeah, the dude that was actually lined up on him, the tackle that was lined up on his brother, was the one that was trying to dive and just fucking basically take me out the game. So then I have that little moment where I'm like grabbing him, freaking out. Literally, ref never called it. So I mean, I respect to him. Now, whether they didn't see it or whether they realized motherfuckers were doing dirty ass shit, so then they got a dirty response from me. But I never got called for any of this. But literally, I grabbed him by his face. I'm like, motherfucker, you keep doing this shit, I'll kill you. Da 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 da, all that. Next play happens. He tries it again. I promise on everything I love. This man's brother and me. So he tries to chop block my leg. We jump him on the football field. I'm not lying, and nothing happens. We are kicking him, fucking kneeing him in his head, fucking him up, and same shit. Like, don't ever do that shit. Da 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 da. His brother's like, yeah, motherfucker, wrong. And we're like stomping his ass out. So
yeah, literally, they beat his ass.
That was crazy. But in reality, once again, and I can't even blame him. He's another fucking 14, 15-year-old kid. He shouldn't have done that shit. That's wild, dirty, or whatever. But point blank period, I shouldn't have been on the field with an injury. You know what I'm saying? Like a blatant injury. Right. The entire time trying to get back
up, motherfucker.
The entire time getting back on the field, I was communicating with my coach. Like I said, I was doing sprints on the sideline. He was the one saying, like, yo, run 15 yards. And he saw me doing this shit.
He's like, you all right? Are you all right?
No. Yeah.
Are you all right?
Well, for me, like,
come on, son.
For me, it's like. But the thing is, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter, in my opinion, what I was saying. I was telling him, I'm like, coach, I want to go. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I want to go back on the field.
He's hopping,
that's where, it's like, bro, you see that it's fucking Captain Hook on the sideline doing the waddle. So it's like,
it was
that's crazy. So it's like, that's irresponsible, man. I wish that people, and we're talking about NFL shit, which actually, let me play this before we move on. Because this like,
it is bullshit, though, with the injuries. I feel you. I mean, that game, I did finish it. I scored. I had over 100 yards rushing.
Damn. Well, when you went out, how many yards did you have rushing?
When I went out, it was like
98 yards.
It was early, bro. Like it was early in the game. Like I remember I went. So when I knew my legs were fucked up, like really shot.
Yeah.
I knew they were shot. I broke out for like a 60-yard run down to like the 5-yard line, bro. Right. Holding is coming all the way back. But I don't even know that because what I did was I broke it out to outside, hit the sideline, 65 yards. They pushed me out of bounds. I'm like 5 yards out of bounds on their sideline, and there's like a dip off the field.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like just laid out in the dip over there, bro.
On a dead body.
I can't fucking get up.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
shit.
I'm trying to like move, bro. Listen, I'll tell you, like, I couldn't bend my legs to get up.
Damn.
I couldn't get up, and I was trying to like push myself to like sit
Were they
myself
burning?
up and like get up. No, they were just like I could just feel.
That's
like,
when that's when
was
it's the
just-
worst. You
bro,
can't
it
feel
was
nothing.
Like, it was like they were just tight, like in a knot. I could feel it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm not bending my legs. Like I was gonna no, I am not going through that pain. Like,
But without
no.
bending your legs, you ran for 100 yards.
Literally, like
Snap.
100 yards, bro.
Yeah.
Straight names MC.
Look like wooden
crazy.
stick.
That's why
Look like Forrest Gump running.
Like the trainer he
Ran like Forrest.
Yeah, it was running out of his fucking braces.
I don't know. Like, bro, it was crazy. Like, I literally got picked up. So I had two of my like offensive linemen. They saw me like laying there, and they literally came like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Can you play?"
Pick my ass
I'm
up.
like, "If you pick me up, I'll play."
Yeah.
They literally picked me up because I just couldn't get up, and I was just telling them like, "You pick me up, I'll play. I just can't get up." It's like, what? I'm like,
Just
just pick
stand
me the
me
fuck
up.
up. And they picked me up, and I was like, all right.
I could understand their confusion. You say,
Yeah,
if you
no.
pick me up, I can play. Like, hold on. Do you need a what?
I get it,
Let's get
yeah.
a stretcher.
For real. Coach.
Yeah, but no, that's dope.
And then like
yeah.
it took me a little while to get back, and then like they called the timeout. Coach Pryor was like, "Can you play?" I'm like,
Oh, man, I hit that motherfucker
I'm
right
like,
now. Son.
yeah. I'm like, yeah, no, I can play. I was like,
Can you play, son?
because like I was seeing the backup warming up, and I'm like, phew. I'm like,
Noodle arm.
Yeah, no,
That's fucking
that's not
funny.
gonna work.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work. So
Yeah.
I was
Really?
like, all right, I'm gonna play.
Really?
We ran a triple option, bro,
Freaking
and he was
Really?
not that kind of quarterback. So
serious?
it's just-
Yeah.
it wasn't gonna work.
Are you serious right now?
He was like a pocket passer, like 3-step drop.
And that was the
running.
offense.
He's
No.
a running. He's basically
It's a running offense.
Like, oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah,
we
no,
had so
and
many.
He
athletes.
had like size 13s, club-footed. Like, yeah, it wasn't gonna happen. So, yeah, but that was an interesting situation. I've never like ever played through like an injury like that ever again. But,
That
like,
sounds
yeah,
Oh boy, yeah, for
that
terrible.
shit was
Yeah,
crazy.
that's significant.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
crazy, bro. I've
Yeah.
never experienced anything like that ever again. But yeah, no, it was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more of a better safe than sorry. I'd rather
I
like
think
not play.
Same.
I think the reason why
And
they
then
didn't
so I can play
practice
more
is 'cause
games.
they were nervous.
Oh, yeah.
They were nervous that like I would get hurt, and then like they could get like a lawsuit for like me playing or something. I don't know. It was weird. I didn't practice at all, and I still played in the next game.
Yeah, that's interesting to me. Well, but also the fact that you said that you were feeling better by the next game. That's interesting, too. But, yeah. I don't know
healed-
enough about
I
it.
healed quick,
Steroids.
bro.
Yeah, that's
what-
facts.
No, that's what I'm
A
saying.
lot of ice bath.
I was smoking a lot of weed back then.
I didn't, that was the thing about me. Like, I didn't really like. I didn't stretch back then. Like, I didn't do ice baths and shit like that. I hated cold water. You know, like I didn't really
Feel you.
do a lot of like recovery shit, dude. That was
Yeah.
the weird thing. Like, I was the type to like just kind of like take my bruises and let them fucking heal up on each other. And,
Warrior.
like, you know what I mean? Type
Yes,
shit.
sir.
Yeah.
So that was my thing. So I healed pretty quick. I don't know, or I didn't heal at all, and I just kind of. I did take a lot of ibuprofen before games.
Yeah.
I did used to do that. Billy used to remember. I used to have that fucking.
Do you have
Whole
any?
bottle.
300 that 300 count bottle
Extended
in that
release.
Do you have any issues?
50 milligrams in that bitch, bro.
Do you have any issues now from any like injuries that you had taken?
Oh, definitely. My left leg's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Seven? Do you have any? Because I mean, you said a concussion, so I guess not. You know what I mean? If that's the worst injury you've taken, that's a blessing.
I mean, I get headaches.
Yeah.
Here and there.
Damn.
I mean, I've had that beforehand, like with like a Pop Warner.
Yeah.
But listen, one thing I used to like avoid was getting hit, motherfucker. The motherfuckers was big, son. Back
That's
in
what I'm
the day. I was
saying.
legit, son.
I was
Like,
small as fuck
literally,
playing.
dog.
Yeah.
But I still was trying to hit, bro. So
Yeah.
my ninth grade year, you know what I'm saying? Going.
No,
to
I
the-
enjoyed hitting, not getting hit.
How many
That's the
how many
difference.
concussions do you think you've taken?
Oh. I mean, 7.
7. I can remember like 2. By the way, how many of those came in practice?
Remember 2? Goddamn.
Well, I mean, I think there was only 2, but I'm saying I played a lot of football, so it's like maybe I had some mild concussions that I just thought, okay, I'm gonna play through this and not even think about it. But there's 2 times I can think about where I got hit and I was like, I'm fucked up right now.
Headaches after the game,
sensitivity to light, vomiting, all that shit.
My 11th grade year, bro.
It sounds bad.
Bro.
Well, but real quick, because I'm curious about that. Do you remember taking any in practice? Because I took one of them was practice. Which, like I said, like it kind of, like you have like in the NFL and shit like that, like motherfuckers don't even go in practice like that. But then in high school, you're
shit,
like going,
Pop Warner,
bro, you're going full, bro. Or
actually,
I don't want to compare it to another sport, but I mean, I think it's kind of relevant. UFC fighters I hear talk about this a lot as far as like wear and tear and how they're try to avoid taking any wear and tear in practice because it doesn't make any sense. So I honestly think that could be applied more to like high schoolers. For me, bro, I remember going hard in practice.
Like
you feel what I'm saying?
Shoulder pads and no
hits.
pants. Yeah.
Well, bro,
Like
and the one that I took was
NFL. How they do that?
Yeah. Actually, no, I take that back. 2 in fucking practice. That's where. Yeah. So there's 2 in practice, and 1 was in a drill where it was like it was a drill where you had to get to the quarterback type shit. You had 1 person blocking. You had a fullback. You had to get to the quarterback.
Alabama.
So I got the fucking lineman out the way. Motherfucker that was a fullback was already waiting on my ass ready, and he came underneath my helmet, literally popped up because he was shorter than me, popped up underneath my shit. And I just remember like going like this for a minute, like no idea where the fuck I'm at for a minute, and then I get back into the drill, literally, and finish the drill. But fucked up after that, for real. And then the other one was like me and this dude that played the same position, and we were kind of like talking shit in practice or whatever. I had just moved to this area, and basically I'm like, yo, honestly, I'm not tripping off you. I'll fuck you up if we go head up.
I'm like that.
Yeah, for real. I'm like, if we go head up, I will fucking work you. And then we did like 3 times in a row. Just like basically fucking
You put that thing on them.
10-foot head start, come at each other, fucking put each other down.
10
and
feet, man, that's too much.
Probably about 10 feet. Yeah.
10
Oh, it was.
feet?
Yeah, we were just trying to fuck each other up. We were not feeling each other for real. So with that, yeah, we both were fucked up after that. To be
Was
honest,
it like
That's
you guys?
like 2 bulls.
it was just us two, no coaches involved. It was just us, like right after practice, like yo, and talking shit. I'm like, yo, I'm better than you, like type shit.
That
So
makes sense.
oh yeah, it was. But the thing is, you think there's
Some
no fucking
gladiator
coaches that
shit.
saw that on the side. Now they love that probably. They're like, oh, this shit out here, and I could understand that. Don't get me wrong, but we're kids at the end of the
They're
day.
gonna be great.
Yo, yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, like they're on that shit. But yeah, at the end of the day, shit that we shouldn't have been doing.
The way that I grew up playing football, though, concussions were just like
A
it was
thing.
normal. You know what I'm saying? And that sounds fucked up, but
See, I wouldn't even agree with. Well, so at least from my perspective, I wouldn't agree with that. I feel like it was something we never talked about. So not normal. Like it wasn't even addressed, which is wild to me thinking back with how sensitive that we are. And I think it's a good thing that we're sensitive about it because I see the long-term ramifications. But bro, none of those concussions ever got addressed for a second with my coaching staff ever.
okay. Yeah, in high school for sure, probably. But I know, like in Pop Warner, for me growing up, because I played a lot of Pop Warner and shit. Like people used to get their helmets pulled to not be able to go back in games because like
you are also
kids.
kids.
Like,
Exactly.
Kids.
You know what I'm saying? Even when we got to like midget and like we were like, 15, 16, you know what I mean? Like it was
Cracking.
like still cracking. Like
Hell yeah.
Coaches would see like, all right, you playing middle linebacker, you were cracking.
They would set it up.
You've been cracking for like 3 or 4 quarters.
Boy, get
You've
up out
been
of
hitting
there,
the
yeah.
fullback, blowing the fucking eye up, the power eye up all game. Like you gotta come out, type shit, and like so. And then in high school, in high school they didn't really do a good job of it. But
Hey, listen, every coach got a white towel.
What do you mean by that? Oh, like just like
Every coach got a little white towel.
yeah.
it was more like we would just kind of like as like because we were all close as brothers. We'd be like, hey, like all right, coach, we gotta take him.
That's how.
He needs to come. Like he needs to go.
Yeah.
Like that's how it was for us. But yeah, no concussions. It was weird, man. We played in a weird era of football.
I didn't realize
It wasn't
until
as safe.
Played the
Not at
last
all,
gridiron
bro.
era.
my 9th grade year. I didn't realize till my 9th grade year. Like, coach put me out there, as a safety. You know what I'm saying? And a big fullback that came through, busted the hole. This is just me and him. I'm not finna let him get the touchdown. That motherfucker hit me so hard, boy.
His ass scored so decent. Did he get the touchdown?
No, he did not, bro.
Oh, nice.
I
Okay.
told you he ain't getting that touchdown,
Okay.
bro. But listen,
Yeah.
man, I sacrificed
As I
myself.
said, it came at a
something.
price.
Bro, for real, bro. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm like, Oh man, I like Coach. I gotta get out for a second. But he hit me good.
Yeah.
Another one was like when he it was the same day too.
Yeah.
Motherfucker,
Damn.
same motherfucking big dude, dog.
Yeah.
I'm skinny, bro. You know what I'm saying? I tried to go at his ass, bro. Listen, you know what I'm saying? Hit me. And I'm like, oh. Yeah, bro.
He said.
You know, that reminds me the worst hit that I ever took like in practice with like live like scrimmage action wasn't a concussion, but the motherfucker did run me over. And this is actually I want to touch on some other shit that's wild irresponsible with definitely Florida football. This is a thing. So this was freshman football as well when I was playing in Florida, and I was one of the better players on defense and shit. And we had a new player come, and this was his name was DeMarcus. And I don't even gotta say nothing else. But the motherfucker was goddamn 30 years old playing freshman football. I swear to God, everything I love. He wasn't 30. I'm playing. I should swear to God when I'm joking. But like at the same time, bro was like 20 years old. I'm not lying.
He a grown ass man.
Bro, what the fuck? Grown ass man. This man was already a Golden Gloves champ.
Yeah, literally,
not bullshit. Yeah, he had hands.
Legit hands. Put people to sleep.
Yeah, he was a wild boy.
To put people to sleep.
Yeah, he was a wild motherfucker. But yeah, so this was his first day. He was a running back, and he was a bad boy. Well, maybe it wasn't. It's a long time, so I could be remembering that wrong. But either way, he was newer.
I feel you.
We didn't have a relationship at that point, so the coaches had called a play where he was coming right at me, probably for this reason. They're like,
been a crazy
they're like, we want to see.
Meeting. Like,
They're probably like, yo, we want to see how they go. Oh, bro, that's what I'm assuming. I took it like that, like because they knew that I was one, like I said, one of the best players on the defense. This was a new person that they wanted to try out. I'm sure he was fucking 20 years old. So like, yo, can he run the ball? So they hand a draw, literally draw right up the middle. I shake the motherfucker that's blocking me, and I'm in the gap, ready for him. Motherfucker comes and just boom, blast my ass to fucking Saturn, man. And I fall but the same kind of thing where I made the tackle, and that made it damn near worth it because he fucking ran me over, grabbed his legs, took him to the ground, and then he's like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you did do that, but then you're on the ground with me, though. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, grab something.
Bro, it might have been like that. Like I said, I don't remember that being a concussion or nothing like that, but that was one of the hardest hits I've ever taken on a football field, period. It was a grown-ass man.
For real. And it's crazy how we grabbed that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, all you know how to do. I was going to hold him here. But yeah, he ended up going down. But that's another thing that's wild, though. Like a motherfucking grown. He was grown. Bro, and he's on a freshman football field.
That dude was, he was grown.
He was grown, bro. Bro, he ended up not being able, bro, because
he was a monster, man. He was a monster playing against kids.
He was a monster, bro. The first game when we played Port Charlotte, bro, I went for like 300 yards.
300. He made the news.
Yeah. Well, and what's funny after that, I think they ended up saying there was probably more to this because obviously I was just a part of the team, a kid on the team. So, but like the next game, or maybe he played one more game with us, but they pulled his ass probably because somebody's like, "Yo, why the fuck is that guy drinking fucking goddamn Don Julio before he comes in the game?" Because he bought it himself. We can't take it from him. He's 21.
He had tattoos. He was driving to the games.
Bro, wild shit.
And then he was.
Well, I think the story that I had heard, they wanted him to go to varsity, and he's like, "Nah, I'm not going to go to varsity because I want to rock it out with the people that I was playing with." That's what he told us. Was like, "Yo, I want to stay on freshman. I want to finish this."
I'm having fun just shitting on everybody.
I'm having fun shitting on everybody.
21, son.
He's like, "Bro, I'm not going to varsity until I'm at least 23 years old."
He's like, "Y'all redshirted me. What are you talking about?"
Literally, I didn't hold myself back 6 times for nothing.
1 year to play football, and then like his grades were bad, so he couldn't play anyway. But he played his whole season that he had left on freshman.
Well, no, he didn't. No, I'm saying they pulled him. It was like after game 1 or 2, he didn't play long.
It was like
and they pulled him.
Like 3 games he played.
Yeah, and like I said, the story was they were like, "Yo, we want you to come to varsity." He refused, and they're like, "Okay, well, you're out of the program." Is what he told us. But then, being older, I imagined that wasn't all that there was to it. He probably had to go to varsity, and they're like, "Yo, we can't." Like they know, they know.
You're literally like 18.
Yeah, they know. Yeah, and they're bro. Yeah, so it's like we need you to go to varsity because legally you can't hit children. You're a grown adult. Like
act
it's illegal.
Like we don't have your transcripts.
Yeah, literally, bro. No, but wild.
Play varsity.
And he did say that he had like held back for that reason though. Like, so that's a thing. And I mean, you've heard about who else was the fucking basketball player from Florida that did that? He ended up getting to the NBA, and they're like, "Bro, you're not even that age. You're older."
Yeah, there's Matt Jones did that.
Didn't he come from a different country?
Shabazz.
He came from a different country, didn't he?
No, Shabazz Muhammad.
Yep, that one. Yeah, he was that one. Yeah, so he was Yeah, go ahead.
And then also Matt Jones from Apopka, Florida, did that.
Okay, so yeah, that's like a practice in Florida where people will hold their fucking kids back. I don't know how common it is, but like I said, I experienced
You're
it.
not capping.
Yeah, I experienced it 100%. Yeah,
They won a state.
yeah.
Apopka won a state.
They've even done
championship.
it in BMX. I used to race fucking
Grown men.
grown little kids.
well, I mean, but the thing is, like, you have children.
Bro, I'm like, you got
I
a
have
little
children.
mustache. What the fuck?
when you're somebody like we know,
I'm a squeaker, dog. Like I was like 10, like you know what I mean? Like
they're like, shut your ass up.
this guy. Yeah, literally.
They're so fast, Dad. I can't win.
I was quick.
His fucking legs are.
I was quick. It's just I like to get in it. It's just if I got in it, sometimes motherfuckers bigger than me, so they bounce me off and I crash.
Yeah, no, I feel
That's
that.
what it is. You know
I feel that. I can understand the motivation when you want to try to give your kid an edge. You know what I mean? So I understand the thought process, and also the reason I was saying like we have kids and stuff like that. Excuse me. We realize how important sports were in our life. So it's like you want that for your kid and the best version of that possible. So I understand what they're doing, but
I know
it just should be illegal.
Mikey's giving my mom shit.
Why
about doing
should your
karate.
grown man child come down here just to pummel
Yeah, I mean,
on my child?
well, but the
who's
thing
just
is,
trying to have fun and enjoy his game.
imagine he gets away with that though, and imagine the opportunities that he gets based off that. If for whatever reason he's
Not my
placed,
child.
what do you mean?
I'm saying, not my child. He ain't gonna get away with it.
Well, I'm saying
The
like
thing
with,
is, I
with
used
this
to
guy.
get pushed up to play higher, like for basketball.
Yeah, you always played up.
And I
well, you got
didn't
an older
understand.
brother too, though, right? So
Well, no. So my brother Daverick stopped playing travel ball, but for some reason, like I thought it'd be cool to go play with like 18-year-olds.
It wasn't fun?
When I was like in 8th grade,
fully, like almost half,
like
fully
going
developed
into high
kids.
school. Like you grown, bro. Like grown. Like, and the thing is, I thought I was a pretty good athlete and shit. But then stepping out on that,
I mean, you
first
are. It's
AAU,
just different age.
Yeah.
When I got like I didn't play a lot, but I got like 2 or 3 minutes in like one of the first tournaments.
You're not Luca. That's obvious.
Dude, listen, there was a dude, and the dude played similar to someone that I knew.
Yeah.
So like I knew when his crossover was gonna come. Like I knew how his handle was and everything. Like I knew his game.
I know your moves.
And the thing was, it's like
His signature
like,
move.
I didn't realize like how much more like athletic they were.
Sure.
And how much like
Right.
more.
How old were you?
Physical. I was like maybe like 14, 15. I was young, and the thing was, is because I couldn't play with my age, so I had to go up.
I mean, it's a little bit different. It was basketball. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's just examples. Is all I'm saying.
Like,
of,
there was dudes
like
that was-
Luca. I didn't just say it for no reason. He was playing against grown ass men. He was legit.
Bro, like it was like exactly for real. Bro, there was dudes that were like 6'11" from like
Damn.
Clearwater that were like dunking, like drop step dunking. Like I remember this white boy drop step dunking one of the games. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck?
Just showing out.
Bro, this kid Travis,
Crazy.
back in high school, freshman year in Riverview,
Yeah.
he was like 4'11".
I know you're talking about.
Used to
Trav.
smash the dunk, bro. He used to
Damn.
blow my fucking mind. I
Yeah.
was like, dog, you were so cool.
Bro, yeah, there's well, I
I
mean,
would see him in gym just like, bing, bing.
bro, there's
I'm like,
kids.
What the fuck?
I mean, that and I'm sure we all have stories like that, but you meet kids throughout your life, whatever, and you're like, bro, this motherfucker is a different kind of athlete. It shows how important circumstance and like your support system and things like that are. Like I met people that were 100% throughout my life that could have been professional athletes that weren't, based off of
Yeah, he
opportunity.
definitely got wild.
Opportunity, like your coaching and all that. Like, is there people come to see your games? Are you part of a shitty program? Is there a coach that's advocating for you and being able to network and reach out to scouts to get you to come, get them to come and see your play, whether your team's good or not? Are your coaches putting you in the right position? For example, for me, I love playing defense. When I moved to Indianapolis, that was actually one of my issues. Is I refused to play offense, and in reality, I probably was more gifted as an offensive lineman than a defensive lineman. But I was in my own way. I was like, well, I want to do that. Really, I mean, there should have probably been better leadership in place to say, listen, kid, this is why you need to be playing fucking center. This is why you need to be guard, whatever. And then at the end of the day. Like I said, it blocked I blocked my own blessings in that way.
Exactly.
And then the support system though was not there, and that's where I can't stress it enough. These are kids making grown decisions.
Right, that's true.
So, did you have something to say? No.
Nah, you said it.
Yeah. But either way, here, let me play this. This is a roughing the passer play over the past weekend, and this is part of the discussion.
Fucking kicked him.
So right there, that's a roughing the passer. Honestly, but for me, I mean, a little bit more vicious than what I remember it being, to be honest. But people were outraged by this shit.
Tom Brady's like, I'll give you 50 grand.
Make the call.
Make the call. I need this. I'm going through it with just
Isn't that the Tampa Bay original referee?
I'm not sure. I've seen that guy
plenty of times.
A lot of times.
He's always on.
Dude,
the
they
end of
all
some
look the
fuck
same.
Shit.
Yeah. Bro, the Falcons have been competitive though.
He always makes sure he has an impact on the game.
Oh, a stunt.
Yeah, roughing the passer, motherfucker.
He always makes sure he gets his close up.
This is kind of like the hit on Tua a little bit.
That's
I
what
know
I'm saying.
I feel like that should be like a horse collar type deal.
Well, but how do you hit a quarterback? You can't hit him like this. You know what I'm saying?
Like, if you can't sling him to the ground after not being able to just blow
Alright,
his ass up.
I did sound like a bitch.
You can't just blow him up anymore.
I did just sound like a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. I take it back.
Well, real quick. Well, just
take it back. I take it back.
Real quick, though, part of the see right here, man. YouTube short. But just to add on to that point, though, with the roughing the passer and the quarterbacks nowadays, you can't hit them below the knee. That's an automatic penalty. You can't hit them above the neck. So, like I know you don't agree with the statement now, but if you can't hit a quarterback like that, which is what the refs in that case are saying, you feel them. That's why they threw the penalty. Then where the fuck can you hit them? You know what I mean? You can't wrap your arms around their waist and throw them down. You can't hit them above the neck, which I get because you don't want brain injuries.
Well, I mean,
can't hit them below the knee.
It's like didn't tackle them, but like don't slam them. I mean, you know the difference.
Man, slam that.
I feel you.
He put on a jersey, son. He was prepared to die.
I do feel you.
And also, it's like. He's another grown ass man who's moving. Like so you're saying like the person that makes the tackle doesn't have all of the control over the situation. Yeah. So they can't be the only person held responsible for what happens. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. They have to catch somebody who's trying to actively get away from them. So it's not like they're hitting a target that's sitting still and they're being flagrant with it. Like, yeah, go ahead. What if by the way, real quick, just if he doesn't sling him around, what if he can't make the tackle? You know what I'm saying? That's a possibility. If you don't use your strength to pull him back, and you're just going to lay down on him.
We talk about wrapping up, and they're like actually wrapping up.
Because
you
can't put
wrapping up.
Because do
you remember what you want to say, Teddy? I don't want to move on past that.
Yeah, but how can he not get hit, but everybody else gets hit
on the field? You're saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Like offensive players get hit. How?
Like everybody's terrible enough,
bro. But he's the only one that can't get hit.
Now I mean, honestly, I feel you. To be
somebody
real.
else get slammed down like that, there ain't no penalty.
Well, so I'm gonna argue against this just so we can have a conversation about it, and I want to hear your opinion on it. To be honest, I agree with you. But this, I guess, would be the reason. The quarterbacks, the way they're playing the game, it's different from everybody else as far as like they're kind of a standing target a little bit. They stand in a pocket.
They're not fully
so
focused.
they're not exactly. They're not able to actually pay attention to all the people coming towards them. You know what I mean? Because they're looking downfield. A running back, for example, you know what I'm saying? They have the ball and then they're
whoever's in front of them. Really?
Yeah, exactly. They're able to make a move. So hold on, just real quick,
Go ahead.
because we do protect their head and we protect receivers when they're going to catch the ball because that's where the targeting comes in and all that. And I think all this should happen, but we do protect their head. I think the argument between us in this situation would be where we protect the quarterbacks below their knees. Because if you hit a quarterback below their knees, since Tom Brady, whatever happened, I don't remember the exact injury, but that's how he got hurt when somebody tackled him right there that went for his shin. In that case, I feel you. I don't know. There's an argument there. I really don't know why that's different than the other people, but I understand why you can't just like slap the quarterback in the head while you're trying to get to him or some shit. Because it's like, well, go ahead, respond.
If you slap him in the back of the head, what is he going to do? Is he going what? Is he going to fall? He's just going to run.
Slap and rip move as a defensive lineman when I was younger. That slap and rip move was now.
You're saying to the quarterback?
No, to the offensive lineman. Like, used to be able to smack the shit out of them.
We're talking about quarterbacks though and how they're protected differently. So
yeah,
I mean,
the rules are all different now.
Yeah. So I mean, if anything, then you're supporting the argument that there's protection in place for other positions. Really, Teddy's point, and I agree with you to a certain extent, is that other positions are not protected the same way as a quarterback.
Roughing a player.
Yeah, but I mean, you're saying
you put on the same jersey,
unnecessary roughness. Yeah. No, and I feel you. You're not playing the same
hands
position.
To
though.
the face. That's a big thing for like linemen. Basically, you can't just basically rip someone's face off when you're in the mosh pit and they're doing a bull rush or something. You know. I mean, there's a lot of different rules. I think quarterbacks, though, they have too much protection.
Exactly.
They get paid, and I get why. It's a big investment you do put into quarterbacks. But
Well, you're investing in also the
sense,
offensive side of the game because you want a more offense, like you want more scoring.
Right.
Go ahead.
Exactly.
But in a sense, my big problem is when you have situations where guys get slung to the ground or guys get landed on top of, and you're like, okay, it's a problem. I understand if you hit them like below, like at the knee or below the knee or something. Like, okay, like get that. You can't just come in and fly in to a quarterback's knees. But and then,
Why do you think they shouldn't be able to do that?
Also, you can't just fly into their head.
Why do you think they shouldn't be able to fly into their knees?
I mean,
I don't think you should be able to just
crazy.
go in and blow out guys.
Yeah, that's
Well, but you could do that to other players. That's Seven's point here is that if like a wide receiver catches the ball, you can hit him in his ankles, flip him. But a quarterback, you can't do that.
But to be honest, playing wide receiver, and I don't know about how you guys feel about this. Like I like that was different than because I played quarterback. It was a lot different when guys are coming at your knees because you're normally like stationary. So it's like the movement's a little bit different. It's a little bit more awkward. Like, you know, you got guys flying at you from all directions. So it's a little bit different when guys are flying at your legs, I think. But I don't know.
My thing is
wide receivers and running backs, I do get it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they can fly in at your legs, but I think you're able to like protect yourself a little bit different.
But you got like 4 or 5 people protecting you. So basically, you're not really gonna get hit in your legs.
It just
You know what
depends.
I'm
You got a
saying?
blind side. Every quarterback has
In
a
your
blind
back.
side.
Yeah, your blind
So
blind
think about
side is
this.
your back. You
That's
feel
what
what I'm
QB
saying?
should be working
So
out.
but
Is like
think about
neck
this. That's
muscles
the
and
most
back.
dangerous. One of the most dangerous
Bro, they
ones.
should be learning about
is
If they get
your
slammed,
drop back, your blind side's not covered, and instead of the guys falling, getting around the tackle, but instead of going for your upper back, he has to just go for what he can go for, and he comes in behind your knees. You know what I'm saying? As a quarterback, that's devastating. That right there. Like that, you're not.
It's a lot of devastating moves
Yeah.
and hits on the football field, though.
No, of course.
Part of it, like we were saying earlier. I don't remember who said it, but somebody was talking about it being a gladiator sport.
Yep.
That's known.
Yeah.
And like that's been said since I remember playing football. That's what it is. You know what I mean? And honestly, that is what we're simulating. We don't have fucking gladiators nowadays.
That's true.
So I was actually watching this history podcast.
I'm all for the violence, man.
I was watching this history podcast where they actually talked about the connection between like torture and like it was called like pain for-tainment or something like that. And like we used to fucking execute people, and then now we think that's horrendous. But 90% of the movies that we watch are people simulating murder in them. So it's like where is the difference? Obviously, people are being hurt, but in the past, people are being hurt and actually killed and things like that. But why is it still acceptable for like a movie where you're going into it watching, they're gonna be simulating 30 people dying from like the John Wick. He's just gonna be capping people the whole movie, and like we're accepting that,
Bro,
and we
like,
still find it entertaining, and we seek it out. Go ahead, yeah.
It's just not like I was just like saying that is like so normal. Like whenever you're saying that, I was just like,
It's regular shit.
yeah, I was like,
No,
when I'm really thinking about it, I was like, damn.
No, I was thinking the same.
Crazier.
Well, I was thinking the same thing as far as like in a lot of times in the past how they would.
Well, Jamaica just banned content or videos or music or movies or something, but about gang violence, drugs, and some other shit. So you can't even.
Really?
Yeah, they won't be doing none of that on
It's
TV or
interesting.
nothing like that. So it's something in that area.
I wonder
Entertainment.
what effect something like that has on the culture, like glorification of like these stories of like actually just recently the Jeffrey Dahmer shit. Like
This shit is
I
weird.
had read a story where it was one of the victims' mothers,
I
and
stopped watching it.
she was saying like people dressing up, like seeing the Jeffrey Dahmer Halloween costume.
You see what Boozy said?
Well, hold up real quick, because she had said that the people dressing up in the Jeffrey Dahmer costumes is triggering to her.
Facts. Boozy said if you dress up as Jeffrey Dahmer, don't come to my crib.
That's funny. Yeah. No, I mean facts. I feel you.
You'll be shot.
He just said you will be getting no candy.
No, you will be
He's
shot.
specifically talking to the kids.
I live in Florida.
Yeah. Well, no, and I
Why
wonder.
would you even do that? First off, why
Uh,
would you
why
even
would you
let your
have a-
kids? Why would you even let your kids do that?
It'd be grown ass people
I
dressed.
take
Why
that-
you have
I
a
take that as
costume?
a
I feel you.
threat to
Still.
my life and my family's life.
Yeah,
And if you
that
do that,
costume.
you should listen. It should be banned because honestly, that dude is bad.
He's a
Yeah.
psychopath serial
100%.
killer who ate men.
It's just
Yeah.
wild to glorify.
Listen.
You're glorifying that. You need to
A normal dude that looks like us did that. You
I
feel
know
me?
this
This
ain't
ain't
no-
no.
Well, no, I feel
Don't look like me.
Hear,
Got nothing to do with me.
listen, no,
He's
hear,
eating people like me.
no, I'm saying, hear what I'm saying.
Deuce, come on.
Like, for real, bro. Listen, come on. Nah, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, Jason. Come on, Jason.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Jason
you got,
who?
bro,
Voorhees?
Jason, bro, from, like,
Friday the
Freddy
13th.
Freddy vs. Jason, you feel me? Michael Myers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This
Those are
dude, Jeffrey.
yeah.
You feel me? This dude, Jeffrey Dahmer, is like,
person.
you feel me?
I do feel you.
Who terrorized the neighborhood.
I disagree a little bit. So I agree that you're pretty fucked up if you're dressing up as Jeffrey Dahmer for Halloween. But this is kind of where I want to kind of protect art in a way where it's like I feel,
art?
yeah, because the films are art. So like
Holy
them making a
shit.
movie about it is art. Now, this is what this is my
the
question.
show?
No, I didn't. I won't.
shit's
I
fucking
won't.
insane.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Art.
Well, I don't think it's even debatable that it's
So,
art.
I mean, there is no disagreement.
It's a film, so it's like films are art.
I
you feel me?
you.
Yeah,
I think it's
I
pretty
get what you're
straightforward.
saying.
Yeah. So, but I don't support it. Like, if
What's
I talked
weird-
on this podcast as far as like I'm not going to support it for everything that we've already talked about.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, so is
Well,
the way that we
it's
saw that?
already
Do we
out
not
there,
tell?
so-
Well, but we're
But
just
it's not like-
we're
it's not
talking
like
about
you
it.
can ignore it,
No,
yeah.
I feel you. Exactly. But I feel so. But the thing is, I kind of am, or I guess I'm arguing a little bit for its existence because I feel like
I mean, yeah.
people should have the right to make that, I think. And one, in a capitalistic society, we will decide whether those films continue to get made based off our support for it. If it doesn't make money, they're not going to spend millions and millions of dollars to make it. So there's an issue with our society that needs to be addressed before, like, that just needs to stop existing.
The fact
And
that
then
you said that,
Yeah.
my fault.
Go ahead.
There's a clip that's a lady in England talking about. She calls into a radio and talking about, is it weird that in a certain part that I masturbate to Jeffrey Dahmer? And she's like, oh, what part? And it's like, oh, the part where he started listening to his heartbeat. Something took me over me, and now it's a regular thing. And I was like, what the fuck?
That bitch is a freak. Well, okay, so yes.
Hey,
She's a
freak.
slut.
Like a freak, like out of this world. Crazy,
Oh yeah, she's
man.
nuts. So, well, but another
herself
thing,
to Jeffrey Dahmer.
I think it probably has something to do with how the story is told. I haven't seen the Dahmer show, so I don't know. But I do think even the victims, in a way, well, really,
Think
mainly the victims,
think
they
it's-
deserve for their story to be told. Like something like that is horrendous. It is. I don't know what, because I don't want to use anything that could be perceived as like a positive term, but it's like
How do you even get their
it's-
perspective like that though, in a positive, in a positive way?
Well, like for me, it's not. I couldn't relate to a character that's like
Yeah.
killing and eating people. But I think that, like I said, like those victims and things like that, it's not a bad thing for their story to be told. In a way, this is a little bit of a cautionary tale too for people to
You know
see.
what I thought was weird
Yeah.
too.
See
In
what
the
people are capable of?
In the
It's
real
crazy.
trial, the dude,
Yeah.
the Tracy dude that got away
Uh-huh.
was with a black dude and a white dude.
Okay.
And then in the show, it was just two black dudes.
He was a black dude and a white dude. What do you mean when he said?
Like-
Oh, he was in a relationship. But
No, at the bar when they were fucking like.
he was with somebody
shit.
else. Okay.
But I'm saying like Jeffrey Dahmer was stalking that group though.
Yeah, I know a little bit about the story because I've seen like, documentaries in the past, and I think things like that could people that find that interesting. I think that's fine for them.
Yeah,
It is weird, but it's like it's fine. Like
I thought it was
Yeah.
weird because the actor of fucking. You've ever seen Never Back Down?
the fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that dude? You know that kid that was fighting under the bleachers that ends up
Video
hooking up
guy.
the homie?
The video guy.
That's who's the
Oh, I
fucking
remember.
Camera
character
guy.
in Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, the guy that plays him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I was like seeing that, I'm like, what the fuck?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I had seen him, though.
I just realized.
I had
that.
seen him on American Horror Story though, so it's just
Oh, really?
he's already on that type of
I
time
didn't
on
see
that.
No, I didn't
Okay,
see
so
that.
he's playing very similar characters on
Oh,
that,
he's
like
on
sick
some weird
fucking
shit,
characters.
okay.
Yeah. I actually saw a like short not documentary, like interview with him or whatever, and he was kind of talking about that, how much of a toll it takes on him to portray roles like that.
bet.
I can imagine.
You have to
Yeah.
become that shit, dude.
That's
Like,
crazy.
Well, you got
Joker, I bring it up all the time.
In order to prepare for that role, you're sitting there, you're watching documentaries, interviews with Jeffrey Dahmer, hearing him talk about this horrific shit, trying to get down his mannerisms, trying to become him. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, that's what you're doing.
Oh
You
my-
gotta act
Eating
like him. So
people.
it's like, well, I don't know. That would be tough for sure. But I mean, he's choosing to
going
do it.
ghettos and preying on men.
Yeah, as research.
You know, putting them in a deep freezer.
He gets them all the way to the place. He's like, all right, you can leave. Oh, okay, thank you so much. This was just for an acting role.
That's crazy.
after they realize that they have chains on their ankles
Yeah, literally.
and they
Just
can't
to
make it
make
to the
some money.
door.
To make some money. Well,
Just
yeah.
to make
Well,
some money, bro.
and for the glory, man. That's ego.
Man,
Yeah.
money, dog.
I mean, they
When
made
you
a
got
lot
the
of
money.
on
You got the
that, though.
glory.
I mean, I don't know. It depends how much they sold it to Netflix for, but
That's
Yeah.
crazy, dog. But
Yeah.
my thing is, you made a movie off of that, bro. But every other thing is off of how I murdered or how I made the murder.
Well,
or
Are
how
you
I
saying what
did-
party made the money?
I think the families probably made money.
I don't think anybody related to the Jeffrey Dahmer or the victims had anything to do
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, but I think the victims still make money
Why?
because the victims made money off the book. I think they try to make right.
Who
I
wrote
don't
that
know.
though?
If they did,
Yeah, I don't know.
who read it?
I think his dad tried to his dad tried to do something to make
Yeah.
some money and like basically like the money got awarded to the victims or some shit.
Okay.
I mean, that would be nice.
Yeah, but that's his dad. He's dead, so there might be some kind of like accountability for the dad that the fucking movie studio is not going to have.
That's true. I
You know.
they
I
probably
just like some
yeah.
crazy journalist had this story. I was like,
I feel like I think that I read something that said that people didn't get paid off this, and there was an
something
argument.
sick as fuck.
There was definitely an argument that like obviously the victim should be paid something. I mean, and honestly, if you're going because you're profiting off of their trauma, so I think if you do want to make these kind of films, and like I would always defend the right of these kind of things to exist because I'm big into art, you know, period. So it's like I think that people should be able to make whatever kind of art they want.
Well, dude, I
Go
said
ahead.
this shit. I like murder, serial killer shit. It's like real interesting. I watch all the In a Murderer's Mind or whatever when they tell the story. It was fucking creepy to watch this shit.
Sure.
And then trying to get in the mind of like him as the murderer.
Yeah, but
It was like hella weird.
and then I'm not saying that you're
And
arguing
the fact
against
that-
this, but yeah, go ahead.
I'm not even gonna say it because I can't.
Okay. Well, but another reason why I would always fight for this strongly is because this kind of art is protected under free speech, so it really is bigger than even just art and just like wanting to, you know, whatever.
Yes.
But however you view art, you know what I mean? 'Cause some people be like, okay, well, fuck your art. It's not worth the, you know, the whatever, like the negative that the shit that this is bringing into the universe with people that may be inspired by this or whatever.
Gay shit on there, it'd probably be easier to watch
To digest. Well, but show the motherfucker how he was. You know what I mean?
know,
Like that's what he was.
I mean, though, to like
yeah.
be in that fucking mindset. It's like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Crazy thing is they do that in a lot of movies. So
Yeah.
that
I don't know.
ain't-
That was a lot of.
That's
And it was
I
just so extra.
I have to
What
shut
the
the shit off.
fuck?
I do for real.
Bills is only. You tried to watch it?
No, bro.
Okay,
It's a
yeah.
lot of movies. I
feel you.
I didn't get past the second episode. Or
Yeah.
the third and a half. I'm like, you know what? This shit's just done.
Yeah.
I
I
was
feel you.
like, no, it's not
It's
worth
better
it.
shit I could do with my time.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's just not even
Feel
worth
you.
it.
Well, here, let's play this Ron Rivera shit real quick. Did you see? Excuse me. Did you see the press conference last week where they were like, "Hey, so what's the difference between you, the Eagles, and the Cowboys, and why are you guys not seeing the same success that they are?" And then he just straight up says, "Quarterback." Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Nah, yeah.
It was funny as fuck. Wow. Okay.
Who's his quarterback now?
Wow, I just played myself.
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz. Yes, sir.
Does he not like him?
He's just bad.
Yeah. I mean, he's just saying he's not as good as those other guys, I guess.
I mean, he's been around for a minute, hasn't he?
It's just that's uncommon for a coach to be that blunt as far as like and also just not it's not
Like
a good
everybody
look.
just has the Donald Trump syndrome. So
Li-
everybody's just more blatant.
Well, it's
nowadays.
like, bro, you're in a position where you could be a leader, and even with Donald Trump, that was honestly a lot of my issue with Donald Trump was like you're in a position of leadership, and you shouldn't be so divisive. So you're leading the person you're talking about right now and shitting on them. So like all the people in your locker room,
Publicly,
all the people in your locker room, I wouldn't
God.
respect that, even if he is trash. It's like that's something we should address that in the locker room. Start the fucking
Pull his
backup
ass to the
quarterback.
side.
Yeah, or whatever. But now, then his ass ended up having to go into the locker room and was fucking apologizing and shit to everybody for. And then there's another thing. When he apologized, this kind of irritated me too. He said that his comments got misconstrued. Like, come on. How the fuck did that comment get misconstrued?
It's not what you say. It's how you say it.
They said, what is different between you and these successful teams? You said quarterback. Tell me where the shit got misconstrued. You feel me?
Yeah, no, he said quarterback.
Yeah, you said what you said. Stand on that. But right here, this is actually the following week. The Commanders are under some, I guess, magnifying glass because their owner
He's a piece of shit.
he's under investigation for some wild workplace hostility, sexual harassment, shit, everything you can imagine. You know.
These sexual
You know what they do.
harassment charges are so fucking wild.
I mean, harassment, sexual harassment, you name it.
Oh damn! I should have played this shit on my phone so we could hear it.
It's like, just stop fucking with random women.
Oh, good old Dan's. Good old Dirty Dan.
They don't complain.
I gotta do. Jumped off the fucking seat.
You had to get out of there before you start crying. You ever watch battle rap where they be like, emotional? That's what somebody should have said to us. You're emotional. But yeah, so that's him, man. They just came off a win too, and yeah, they're talking about Dan Snyder, this shit that I was just telling you guys about, and he was just a little hot about that because he's like, look, our guys have to deal with questions like that all week. They bust their ass. They're all, showing whatever. They don't complain. That's what he said. So yeah, I don't know.
Please spare us in these questions. Is what he's saying, and they don't give a damn about your feelings, Ron.
Yeah,
Riverboat Ron.
Basically, he's saying that shit got nothing to do with us.
Well, I mean, he's saying basically ownership took over and made some moves, and he's not really happy about it. But hey, look, I mean, you really didn't do anything in the draft, so what did you expect was going to happen, right?
I mean, yeah, I mean, they're going to get the same results.
You know what I mean? Like, you
another shitty season.
You're going to go back with Taylor Heineke again? Like, you saw what that happened. Happened there. I mean,
they missed the playoffs, right? With Taylor Heineke? What was their record?
I mean,
you remember?
We were right there on the cusp. We were in the shittiest division in football. We just had to win a couple games.
Yeah.
Would have been right there in the hunt.
Well, so how do you feel about the Commanders, by the way, for the rest of the season? Carson Wentz, do you think that he finishes the season as a starter?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, speaking of starters, you see that?
He just seems like he's digressed the whole season. Like he just.
Well, I mean, he wasn't that great in Indiana.
I mean, he was 27-7. I mean, that was decent. Like 3,500 yards. That was decent. I would accept that.
27-7. That was his record.
That was his touchdown to interception.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
So I mean, I could take that. He's not even giving us that. He's giving us fucking 2 interceptions a game. Like, geez, dude, you're gonna double your total.
Well, in the last, he's also struggled to get over 100 yards. I think the game before last, it was like 150 yards. Last game was 90 yards.
He's pretty pathetic.
Okay.
As a Washington fan, but hopefully he's just pathetic enough for.
Get the job done.
First overall pick.
Yeah, he can get us the first overall pick. Hopefully he's just pathetic enough.
Who's the best quarterback y'all have had in your lifetime? And also RG3. 7. I'm curious about you too.
Definitely RG3.
Yeah.
His rookie season. But the thing is he didn't want to listen to the Shanahans, and the rest is history.
Yeah. RG3 as well. That's what you're saying.
Run the ball, throw the ball.
No, they said run the ball, just slide. You played baseball, you know how to slide.
Oh my god.
Slide.
Hey, is that what happened? He got hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Just kept getting hit.
Twice, didn't
he? He's one player that suffered many concussions.
Well, and he had the non-contact like ACL, right?
Yeah, and
But
he had many concussions.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Many times where he would just get black. I remember there was a couple times where he wasn't even the starting quarterback. They put him in for run plays, and he would just still take shots. I'm like, dude, come on, brother.
Yeah.
Like, you could have had a really long career if you just didn't take those hits.
Do you wish that you had Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because I was going to say that's the second best quarterback we have.
Crazy. Y'all got him in the same draft.
He gives stability at the position, but then again, we never had the best offensive line, so I don't know if he would really perform.
Interesting. Do you remember when what round it was that Kirk Cousins was drafted?
It was late, maybe 6th, 5th round.
Oh wow. Okay. Interesting. All right. I was wondering if it was like 3rd, because that would be unheard of. Which, I mean, if that's not what they did, that's interesting. But
maybe 4th.
I want to check real quick.
I was about to say, check it.
Maybe 4th.
Yeah.
I think it was like 5th. I don't know. He was good at Michigan State. I mean, I liked him.
Well, but it's unheard of to take a quarterback like 3rd overall or 2nd overall, right?
And then go back and draft him.
And take another one the same exact draft. So it's 4th round. I mean,
4th.
Yeah, interesting.
Drafted his backup, which is just.
Well, which at the time, people were saying that they were eager to give him a shot.
I wonder who we could have got at that spot. We missed on.
They got another position.
Yeah, to get a better position. Like, you know what I mean? Like
maybe a receiver. Y'all haven't had a receiver since Santana Moss.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
We have Terry McLaurin.
That's what I'm saying now. But he wasn't there when RG3 was playing.
That's you're
Yeah.
damn right.
And then
about
honestly, y'all had a drought after that because you drafted Dotson after that. Who else did you?
Jobs every year, bro.
Yeah.
that. Sims.
Y'all were drafting wide receivers. They just weren't working out.
Yeah, we were drafting them, buddy, and tight ends too. Just hot fucking garbage.
Who's the fucking wide receiver
Jordan Reed.
coordinator?
Reed was good. He wasn't even a tight end we drafted, but we moved him to tight end, and he was a motherfucking dog.
Jordan Reed wasn't a tight end when he came in? Yeah, he was.
I don't know. I don't
He was a tight end in Florida. You're talking about Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas was a quarterback, and then got drafted by Arizona, I think, and then ended up on your squad. But
but he's trash.
you had said something that reminded me of another topic. Oh yeah, today actually, Robbie Anderson, this motherfucker's about to be out the league. He got in an argument with his wide receiver coach. That's what reminded me. Gets kicked out.
He beat his ass.
No, they just had a little
What do you
argument.
think of the
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oakland player pushing that photographer?
Oh yeah, Devontae Adams.
Yeah, Devontae Adams.
Definitely need to get fined.
That shit was
Yeah.
fucking. I thought it was hella funny.
Leave him alone on the fine. He's about to get a lawsuit.
I thought it was
$10
hella
million.
funny, but I was like, damn,
The
that
fuck
was
you gonna
super
fine him for?
unnecessary.
So this is where it remind me because I definitely want to talk about that. So this is after. I don't know if they're going to show it. Probably not because this is just showing him get ejected. But there was a point where they were drawing up. Look, this is his wide receiver coach right there. He's walked up, you're a bitch. And he's like, man, shut the hell up. Let me kick him out the game. So I don't know if they're going to show. Probably not. All right.
Yeah, where's the mic up at?
Yeah, that's bullshit. So either way, we'll hear. I don't know if it'll even show me the bullshit
Pretty interesting.
that he was into. But in the middle of the game, they got in an altercation. This might be it. So this shit right here. Later on in the game, after this argument, the wide receiver coach is sitting over there with all the wide receivers, DJ Moore and shit, and they're talking about basically how to get back into the game. This man, Robbie Anderson, is literally sitting off completely to himself. Not by the wide receiver coach, not listening and all that shit. And then later on in the game is when he gets ejected. So he has that blow up that I just showed. There's, like I said, there's the other situation that's maybe like 10 minutes later into the game where the coach has him all to the side, the same coach he was arguing with, and he's sitting off to the side.
Probably something already leading up into the game.
Motherfucker, that's possible for sure. And I'll be curious to check in after, as far as like, because I'm sure the coach got asked after the game. They just fired their head coach last week. So
They got a bunch of fucking turmoil in the
wild shit, yeah. So they fired their coach Matt Rule last week, and
whatever it's called.
He's fucking with
Agency.
motherfuckers' paychecks. That's what he's doing.
well, I think
Stop playing with my paper, coach.
I think that
Ass beat.
it could be a play for him as far as like maybe he's just fed up and wants to get out of the situation entirely.
Hey, you look at Allen Iverson right now with the 3 going crazy.
But
what he wants.
yeah,
that
he's
three's hard. That 3 is hard.
yeah, but there's like for me, if you're an organization that takes yourself serious, there's no way I'm signing a grown ass man that you realize what's on the line. Like I'm telling you, this man was literally pouting during the game. Like that's insane to me. If me putting myself in his position, there's no way as a grown ass man I could do that. If I was sitting off to the side, I would
know, but
literally
do
be
it.
ashamed.
But
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, why am I acting like a bitch right
well,
now?
but it's like an A/B situation. It's like I don't know
Kinda.
if I'm being disrespected. I'm it's like, I don't know.
No, I feel you. I mean,
Suck that shit up, man.
Yeah.
You're making millions.
yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, you're absolutely honestly. You wouldn't stop me from getting my paper.
yeah.
But I wouldn't be.
If you're not performing, you're not getting your paper.
I'm saying that right there, you ain't getting no paper.
I feel you. I feel you. At the
And
same
also how
time.
you're handling the situation.
Yeah,
like,
it's
what
not
are you?
making it worse,
You're
but-
really only proving like whatever the situation might have been. Like all the attention's off of whatever the fuck they did to you. Like
I'd
with
be more
AB.
of a smart
And now
ass.
we're like, why are you a grown ass man sitting off by yourself while your other teammates, your brothers, are sitting there? Like,
Yeah, no, that's a little corny. But
it's super corny. Like super corny. Well, that's one of the most corny shit I've ever seen on a professional football field. To be honest, it's like at the end of the day, bro. At least get your fucking head in the game so we can possibly win this game, and then you can have a conversation in the locker room like a grown ass man with this wide receiver coach and figure it
yeah,
out,
the coaches are being some hoes, and you can deal with it a little different.
bro. Exactly. Like I mean. But either way,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Right here explains his point after. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to watch this stupid shit. But either way, I just want to bring that up. And
Hey, he looking like one of the Wayans bros off fucking Scary Movie.
Don't be a menace.
yeah, drinking juice
Don't
in the
Be a
hood.
Menace, that's what it is.
Yeah,
He has the
literally.
baby pacifiers.
Fucking tried his ass. It's facts though, to be honest. I think it's not. But yeah, Robbie Anderson, man. And another thing is he is kind of already on the cusp of like not starting. So it's like you kind of just look like now you got attitude issues. You're not really performing. So what the fuck are we even dealing with this shit for?
He wants a trade.
Well, and I do think that could be it because the situation for the franchise is fucked. They got a interim coach. I think he's around 30 years old, so I can understand being like, yo, I got like maybe 4 good years
all
left.
The coaches getting fired. He's looking at the players like, boys, let me get the fuck out of here.
Fuck all y'all. Yeah, DJ Moore's looking like, man, this is my wide receiver 3.
And you my AI, dog. You know how we do.
Let's talk about Dan Snyder before we move on through past football. So Dan Snyder recently came out and he said that he's under investigation, the Washington Commanders owner, and it came out through sources. Actually, he didn't say this, but they're saying like, he's not worried about the investigation because he has enough blackmail on the other owners in the league to bring the entire league down. And they had mentioned specifically like Jerry Jones and shit, which is somebody who has publicly supported Dan Snyder at different points, which is interesting. But snakes are going to do some snake shit.
So if he dies,
You know what
that's some
happened?
shit. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, because
Bro, I
boy,
wonder how
listen,
much
if he
actual
once
dirty
he
shit they got.
blackmail on the whole league to shut him down.
Well, and it's kind of like of course, like anything, you really couldn't tell me anything that I wouldn't believe
It's
when
this
it comes
dude's
to
dressed up in,
billionaires.
like, half leather, tied up to fucking poles and shit.
Bro, wild shit, I'm
Wearing
sure.
masks.
I'm sure you got fucking bastards all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are billionaires. You got bastards all over the place you don't want nobody to know about. You got fucking probably doing some shady ass businesses. You know what I mean? Like fucking.
Yeah, Blake
come on,
Griffin
bro.
is baby
Cocaine,
is Lana Rhose's baby daddy. Blake
Oh,
Griffin,
yeah?
yeah.
That got confirmed for real?
That's what I'm hearing.
Oh my god.
The baby looked like it. The fucking video I watched, I was like, holy shit. She looked convincing as hell.
I thought Blake Griffin was having a baby with the Kardashian sister.
She probably is.
I don't think so. Yeah. Anybody else heard about
But
that?
in one of
I
the
don't think
clips,
so.
Lana Rose is like, he's a dunker.
He was a dunker.
That shit was random.
His ass was a dunker.
Those knees were shot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably when he started getting those
that's
weak
crazy.
knees.
He's definitely
He was getting his soul sucked out. All of a sudden, he couldn't get up.
Jumping over that Kia too much.
Exactly, that's facts.
I'm trying to
Jumping
tell
in
you.
Lana.
Damn, bro, that's fucking wild, though. Out of all the fucking people we were talking about, too, Blake
know,
Griffin was
right?
not on the list. Blake Griffin was not on that
Your
list.
ass on the list
Yeah.
now, motherfucker.
That's a little underwhelming. But so what do y'all think is going to happen with Dan Snyder? Do you think he ends up being on the outs? Do you think he survives this shit and doesn't
Yeah.
get it? You think he
I hope
doesn't get his
blows
team
up the
taken?
league.
No.
No.
I hope he blows the whole league.
I hope everybody fucking gets the light comes on and everybody gets fucked over. Fuck them. They talking some crazy shit.
I honestly think that he probably gets an ultimatum and probably ends up giving ownership to his kids. I think they probably force him to not be involved with the team anymore, and that'll be most likely the most amicable split, where he's still gonna have like indirect pull with the team, and then the NFL will look like they did the right thing. I mean, it really depends on how damning I think the evidence is too, because that'll definitely some of it will come out. And
he should leak it all.
well, I'm talking about the stuff for him when that starts to come out with the NFL investigation.
Oh man.
We haven't got go ahead.
They haven't put out anything.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like at some point we'll get some information on the investigation and like public outcry, and then also when those sponsors start to talk about they're going to drop the team, bro, that nothing gets shit moving like that. It's like with the Phoenix Suns, bro. Once PayPal's like we're not going to renew our contract with the Phoenix Suns, literally 2 days later they're like, hey, Robert Sarver, you need to sell that shit. Am I lying? On that, there was no word on that. They've been doing an investigation on that for like a year. And you had Chris Paul had come out, one of the stars from the Phoenix Suns, and he's like, yeah, Robert Sarver's on some bullshit, which I thought at that point, I'm like, bro, you play on the team. You're talking about the owner right now. You're wilding. You know what I mean? But He really wasn't, because then he ended up, because PayPal was next. PayPal the next week. But like I said, nothing was happening. You had the stars of the team coming out. You had celebrities coming out, all that shit, talking about the investigation. Didn't shit happen until PayPal said they're pulling out. And then, I'm not lying, 2 days later, it comes out, hey, Robert Sarver needs to find a buyer for the team, which he's still going to come out as a fucking billion, well, making B's off that shit. But but either way, he's being removed. So, that has everything to do with dollar signs and sponsorships. Like PayPal.
So if they're saying it affects the money.
Through their actions, they're saying that. They never said that, obviously, openly, because that would be disgusting. But that's what it is. If the actions speak louder than the words. If you look at the actions are telling you. When these complaints were out, when they got, as they've been, some of them have been legitimized. Nothing was happening. You know what I mean? Like I said, individuals we're talking about, nothing was happening. But when the partnership starts to be threatened, then it's like which rightfully so. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it's survival. Yep. So the league is going to be focused on the survival of the league. You know what I mean?
Who's Dan Snyder partnered with though?
No, this isn't Dan Snyder. This is you're saying just for Dan Snyder. I don't know who what's the stadium named after? That would be the question, because that's PayPal Arena.
Well, I know the stadium.
I think it's FedEx.
PayPal. I mean, our stadium's a piece of shit. So
I think Washington Stadium is FedEx Stadium. Are you looking it up, or do I need to look it up?
You can look it up, I guess.
Okay. So look, Washington Commanders. Let's see here. Yep, FedEx Field. So, if FedEx starts to make noise about the investigation, like, I guarantee
FedEx don't give a damn.
Shit start. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it depends how much of this becomes public. Once people start to ask, that's the thing. So people, their voice doesn't mean anything. But then when the people start to put the voice on, put their pressure onto FedEx, the separate business, and then through that, FedEx puts the pressure onto the Commanders, I think something gets done for sure. For sure. You know, and there's a bunch of other sponsors too. You know what I mean? In their stadium, they have a bunch of banners. I'm sure. I've never been there, but every stadium does, where there's a million sponsors involved. But the main sponsor in this case being FedEx, and in the Phoenix Suns case, it being PayPal. You know, yeah, for sure. You're talking about billions of dollars once again a year.
Money, boy. You
know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy shit. So FedEx is like, yo, I'm not going to renew that contract. I think something happens. And then I don't know if Dan Snyder, like, another question would be, is he the only owner? He might be. You know what I'm saying? At least his family might be the sole owners of that team.
That's insane.
Where there's several teams, obviously, where there's like conglomerates that own it. Like there's minority owners. There, like the Dolphins have mad owners. Right. You know, so I don't know if it's just him. Then I think that becomes a little bit more difficult. But if it's a situation where the ownership, actually, that was another story that came out recently. Yes, he bought the team. So they did have minority owners that he bought out. I don't know if you remember this, but this was a couple years ago when this investigation first started. They were already talking about, because he was refusing to change the name of the team and shit. And there was already that outcry like, yo, you need to change, you need to sell the team, da-da-da-da-da. And people thought that was about to happen. And then one day, all of a sudden, the news comes out where it's like, okay, Dan Snyder bought the rest of the team, basically. So yeah, his family is the sole owner of that. I'm sure of it, actually.
That's
now.
what's up.
Fucking rich as hell.
Yeah. So, yeah, that makes him a little bit more difficult to displace. You know, there's no board that's going to be like, yo, we're voting you out based off this. He is whatever that is. You know?
Yeah, it's like prove it.
Yeah, exactly.
This thing's crazy. It's in Washington D.C.
I mean, that's the perfect place, in my opinion.
He didn't pay taxes in the heart of our capital.
Where else in the country is there more fucking corruption than Washington, D.C.? You feel me?
What? There's actually like 20,300,000 fucking thousand, or 20,300,000 searches. Like, how many? What do you think is even on these pages?
So the stadium cost $423 million for, basically in money today.
Inflation, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it would be. $423 million today.
Fucking retarded.
I mean, that's crazy. Because that stadium's a
Is
piece of shit.
Is this man family the ones that fucking put out the pretzels? Snyder pretzels?
Probably.
That would make more sense. That's why they got that type of money.
Yeah, I'm not surprised if that's the case. So let's see. Yeah, how'd y'all get your money?
CEO.
CEO of what?
New York Stock Exchange, I think it says.
Oh, he's a scammer.
Down. It's just something about advertisements too.
His sister founded a wallboard. Snyder and his sister custom company with seed money from his father, who took a second mortgage on his property in England. I like how they throw that in to make it sound like they were struggling. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Motherfuckers just took out equity on their houses.
Well, it says took a second mortgage on his property in England. That's probably his fucking like fourth house. Like, what the fuck are we even talking about? So who maxed out her credit cards at $35,000. They concentrated on wallboards in doctors' offices, where there was a captive audience in colleges. They combined the advertisements with the distribution. Product samples such as soaps and packages of medicine. Company was named Snyder. Okay. Well, I wonder what his dad did.
So you say he's a self-made millionaire? I mean billionaire? This motherfucker probably did a lot of crooked shit.
In May 1999.
It's the only way you get that type of money. There's no way you're fucking doing it being real.
So he bought the team for $800 million. At the time, it was the most expensive transaction in sporting history. The deal was financed largely through borrowed money, including $340 million borrowed from Societe Generale, and $155 million debt assumed on the stadium. This is why you can't be afraid of debt, people. Jesus Christ, this man went fucking nuts, just so he could fucking molest people in the workplace.
He went to eating caviar to fucking oodles and doodles.
He went the opposite way, but he's back to caviar. Believe that.
Those harassment charges is just
yeah,
little slooters.
They're little
trying to fucking use their little wet bags to fucking get some shit, and it doesn't work.
Well, those little slooters only want like $1 million, which is like a pimple on his ass crack.
Then that's what you should have just gave him instead of fucking getting all tied up touching these dirty bitches.
All right, 5% to Frederick.
Dude, I swear,
Frederick
I feel like
W.
a lot of them
Smith,
be trying these
founder of
they got
NX,
money, bro.
leaving him with
5%
5% in 2000.
A lot of these dudes might be creeps too. I'm not gonna count them.
So hold
out,
up, let's
but
read this.
it's like,
Let's read this real quick, just because this was kind of I think what we were talking about. He paid down the team's debt in 2003. He sold 15% of the team to real estate developer Dwight Schar for $200 million. 15% of the team to Florida financier Robert Rothman for a like amount, and 5% to Frederick W. Smith, the founder of FedEx, leaving him with 65% ownership. In 2020, Snyder blocked the minority owners from selling their combined 35% stake to an outside party by exercising his right of first refusal, only offering to buy back the 20% held by Rothman and Smith, but not the 15% owned by Schar. In April 2021, after a period of litigation, Snyder would be approved by the league for a debt waiver of $400 million to acquire the remaining ownership stake held by the three in a deal worth over $800 million. Damn, so he bought this fucking team twice for $800 million. Since Snyder became owner, the team's annual revenue increased from more than $100 million a year when Snyder took over the team in 1999 to around $245 million by 2005. Snyder has been on 6 NFL committees, including appointments to the Broadcast Committee, the Business Ventures Committee, the Digital Media Committee, the International Committee, the Stadium Committee, and the Hall of Fame Committee. He is also a member of the Board of Trustees of the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
yes, sir. Man is getting it
He's
in.
embedded in
Sounds like
the
they love
NFL
him.
Network, and
Yeah.
he's a scumbag, and they love him.
So let's see here. What else we got? Defamation lawsuits, environmental. Damn. So what's he doing? He's dumping fucking. He's dumping the team's waste in the
Dumping
forest.
fucking sludge,
What the fuck?
Workplace culture.
mental abuse.
So alleging that 40 women who were former employees of the organization, including office workers and cheerleaders, had been sexually harassed and discriminated against by Snyder, other male executives, colleagues, and players of the team since 2006.
He'd walk in there, shake some ass, bitch.
Oh man,
I like that one right there. That one right there. Make sure you tell her come by my office.
I paid for the place, didn't I?
I give you $70,000 a year.
Financial
On this
appropriation.
team.
Oh, this is where he was lying about how much they had made to the other NFL owners. This is another kind of like hot topic. This is another reason why
IRS.
this is the kind of shit that I believe will get him kicked out of the league before this harassment shit. If I'm keeping
That's
it
how
real,
you know you're making a lot of money when you gotta lie about
No,
less.
no, that's how you know you have dirt on them, when you're like, I got caught. Yeah. stealing money from you guys, and you guys still aren't gonna kick me out. Fuck you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know that. Like, I think the entire
That's what he said.
I think the entire situation has to play out. But I think, honestly, if anything, they haven't voted on whether to kick him out yet or not. That's still supposed to happen this year.
They ain't gonna do it.
But my thing
We'll see.
is,
Well, real quick, just because I think it's honestly a shame.
They're
It's a
postponing
shame that you have like 40 sexual harassment
That's disgusting.
complaints. Well, it is disgusting. But then the thing that may end up getting you kicked out of the league will be all financial things. Will be, like I said, the FedEx pulling out. Will be the fact that you were lying about the profit sharing. So the reason that's so fucked up, Bill, just so you know, is that the NFL is a league, obviously, and they agree to profit sharing between the teams. So that's why he was lying. So he wasn't sharing the correct amount of profit with his fellow owners, his partners. So you're in a partnership with the Miami Dolphins, with the Buffalo Bills. Like, you got to share your fucking profits. They're sharing with you. You feel me? But
he's like, what do you mean? I got it all. I got the cake and the fucking.
that's all I got,
If it was
man.
the
Look,
mob, they'd have been off with his head.
$50,000. That's all we made.
We didn't fucking go 5-0 this season, boys. We didn't really make it that much. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a little short.
Did you check jersey sales?
Don't worry about that. Those duffel bags over there. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, facts. Don't worry about the settlements for fucking 6 times that.
Well, that's what he was doing. He was skimming off the top to go pay the settlements on the back end.
And I feel him. And I definitely feel him on that.
Good businessman.
Let's see what else we got to get into before we go ahead and slide up out of here. Oh, one thing I wanted to show you. Let me pull it up on here so we can hear it, actually. So there was a artificial intelligence podcast. So this is all done by artificial intelligence. This is
talking and shit.
yeah.
Fuck.
This is
Trying to watch it.
listen to it.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna go buy a bunch of guns.
What the fuck?
Sounds
How many
like,
people? Just
sounds
two?
like the Terminator's coming.
2 people. This is
No, they're not people. We can't say that.
well, yeah, true.
I'm just playing.
Let me see if this is it. I didn't listen to it on YouTube.
So the following conversation is between Steve Jobs and Joe
Steve
Rogan.
Jobs.
But the whole
So, yeah.
thing is generated with AI alone.
Steve Jobs and who?
And
Steve Jobs and
it is
Joe Rogan.
actually a pretty interesting conversation. I think this is just showing how quickly AI is developing and the potential for AI now to
This guy
take
here might
over
be-
podcasting
they
too.
talk
Robot.
about aliens.
Let's hear the whole conversation.
And that's something they talk
between
about
Joe
aliens,
Rogan
but they
and
really
Steve
doing
Jobs AI mode.
Hello, freak bitches. Welcome to another episode of the Bro Jogan Experience. And on this episode, I welcome my friend who's difficult to describe. I'm fascinated by him, and I hope you'll be too. And he is weird and brilliant, and sometimes totally insufferable. But my guest today has
This is
made some of
blasphemous.
the great technological products of our age, and he's always pushing the envelope in innovation. Like, for example, with his next computer, he developed a new programming language and operating system, and then he became even more
not gonna
famous
say
for
he's
making
dead.
3 applications for that computer.
This is just
Word
fake.
processor, a spreadsheet,
like-
and an image editor. That just showed me that this dude was brilliant, had amazing taste, and I would just hope that I could be even like 1/10 of the genius that my friend today is. And I can't even say his name, so yeah. So super psyched about having him in the house today. First time, or yeah, we've had you on before, but not for a long time. You're like Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore and Ghost.
This is so
You're
weird.
a memory from the past.
What the fuck is Joe Rogan doing?
It sounds just like him.
So without further ado,
He keeps
my
forgetting that
friend
it's not
who's
him.
difficult to describe and wonderful,
isn't
and
he
I'm so
dead?
grateful he came
Yes,
on the show.
motherfucker. This
How's
is not
it going?
neither of them.
Good to see you, buddy. It's been a long time since I've been on the show. I've missed this. It's always fun.
How's it going? Come on, tell me about jobs. It's always good to see you, buddy.
Did you not
I'm so
feel
happy you
that?
came on, man.
Did you feel that?
Yeah, it's great to be on the
Emails
show.
coming, trying to
Your
call my
audience is
brain.
just so different from your normal Apple users, and that's a good thing. It's cool.
Well, you know, I was an Apple user way before I did this show.
destroyed that
I've been a
thing.
fan of yours and Macintosh since the 1980s.
Before it takes over the world.
Well, you know, we just kind of figured that out. Even though
crazy.
Apple is big, it's still like half
can
a
hear it.
percent of the total users. People who listen to your show are a
Half
different group.
1%,
They're
you're
weird.
Full of shit.
Well, that's good. So you must be a fan of the show
Alright,
then,
yeah.
right?
I am. I am a
Terminate
fan.
him.
They
I mean,
talk
it's
too
nice
slow.
to sit back in the car and listen to you
Terminate
rant.
Yeah, if they're both
I've always
AIs,
liked
terminate
you.
them both.
Well, appreciate that. And we have some weird tie, which hooks into the fact that I was a big fan of Gizmodo and I still go there all the time. But then there was some controversy or something.
Well, we always thought it was very funny. We were as surprised to see that stuff as you guys were to see it on Gizmodo. It's kind of a game to us.
Wow.
I got you, man. That's cool.
It is. It's
So
always
let's
a
talk
fucking
about
game.
some shit, all right?
All right.
So you studied at Reed College. Tell me about your time there. What did you learn? And you dabbled in Eastern mysticism there, right? Do you still go back and look at Hinduism and Buddhist texts and things?
Not texts and things. I actually took a course in that. I have a very deep belief that the people in the Indian subcontinent are most responsible for human civilization's current state, whether it's math or spirituality or the art of storytelling. Western civilization is based on the art of storytelling. There's a great Indian epic that's 10 times as long as the Iliad and the Odyssey combined. Wow. Those things all came from the subcontinent, and they're simply the foundation of what's made our society what it is. I view that stuff as much more important than, philosophy as it is classically understood. There were two things that were really interesting about what was accomplished and what happened on the Indian subcontinent. One of them is the spiritual basis for life and the whole acceptance of the spiritual basis for life. Now, that may seem simple and obvious to some, but most people believe in God, that God wrote a book called the Bible or Quran or something. And that's the end of the story, but my
Slight
take on
AI
it is
diss.
okay.
One fam,
Hello.
one roof, one tour.
This is your shot.
That was
All right.
fucking wild.
What does that mean? What I learned at Reed College is that it's not about believing in God or not, or even what the right answer is. It's about asking the right questions, because most of our reality in our society is rooted in science, which we
Didn't make any
believe things
sense.
because they're true. If something is true, then it's not a belief. So what they can't handle is the idea that anything spiritual is true. At Reed, I didn't know what the right answers were, but I knew how to ask good questions. I knew how to push back on things that didn't seem true to me. And I think that's perhaps one of the key elements in being very innovative and creative.
Do you still believe some of the things that you believed then? Are you semi-religious?
All
All right, yeah.
Did you just hear that?
I want to hear him talking. You're hearing some other shit going on. Okay. Watch him, man. Yeah, watch that, man. You might, I don't even know.
They're the spirits.
That's the technological demon. But I did. One thing I do want to kind of touch on, though. I think it's interesting that in this conversation, and this is AI, that like within 5 minutes they're talking about God, and
All right,
like
so
that kind of concept.
like a master view of the world type shit.
did you get
like,
any information
conquer the
behind the
planet.
AI?
No, just that it was a AI, maybe not software,
I
but
wonder if I don't know, dude. That shit. Now I feel like Joe Rogan's fucking fake. Sounded just like his ass.
well, one thing I think it's interesting. So Joe Rogan's a perfect person for something like
Granted,
this. He has
I don't even know
hours of
Steve Jobs exactly.
yeah,
He has hella shit. Like
So
Steve
much.
Jobs might have a few lectures,
hundreds of hours of
lectures, talking or whatever.
yeah, hundreds of hours for Joe Rogan for sure to pull from.
Memorize the voice.
Yeah, and pull actual things that he would say, because that's another thing. It's not only copying his voice;
Yeah,
it's
how he
copying
said
how
it,
he speaks,
when
things
he
that he
says it.
says, and things like that.
So
So,
don't you think that they could make it to where anyone in this world looks like they do some crazy shit because they can just copy how you look, how you sound to a T?
I think that's part of the fear with this. Yes, so I think that's part of why I bring this up, because this, I think there's some flaws in it. Like for me, I feel like I would be able to
Bring
tell.
me the creator.
I feel like I would be able to tell. Maybe not if I
I'm
wasn't-
talking to it.
Well, no, even listening to that, I feel like I can tell that there's something a little off. Like at the beginning when he's talking and he's introducing Steve
It was
Jobs,
skipping some stuff.
and it kind of is jumbled. You know what I mean? It, some of it didn't really make a lot of sense. So I think I would be able to tell. I don't know if I would, if I wasn't listening very intently, maybe I wouldn't. Like if you didn't tell, if you just had me listen to that, maybe I'll just be like, what the fuck is going on? This is kind of a weird conversation.
voice was on
But if you
point.
said hey, listen to these two recordings, one of them is an AI, I think I would be able to tell which one of them was an AI based off of this. But I think this is dangerously close to that not being the case.
I don't know. If I was super high,
That's
and
where we're at,
listen to that, I'd be
technology-wise.
like, damn, Rogan.
We gotta look at shit different.
Yeah, Rogan, you going in right now?
Bro, Siri.
No, but hey,
You
with
hear Siri?
but something interesting to me though, like that reason I bring up the God thing is because not only do they bring up God, but he immediately talks about how
Well,
it made basically
how
to
did-
believe in God is kind of like a silly belief. Did you notice that? Where he's like,
Yeah, they did say
it's
some crazy
like,
shit.
God or something. They wrote something.
yeah. So it's like that's some demon
But-
shit. I'm gonna be
but-
honest with you. You know what I mean?
also-
Like,
right away on some real.
But-
right away.
Wasn't Steve Jobs atheist?
I am God.
Huh?
Wasn't Steve Jobs atheist?
I think so. Well,
It'd
but
be
then
more
again,
in his character to say that,
and
bro.
well, no, but he was talking about some like Eastern shit, like on there. He was talking about like,
Right.
and I want to say that he was like study. I don't know if it was Buddhism or something, but like an Eastern. Let me just look this shit up real quick. But just from like the Elon Musk actually said this was like several years ago. He referred to AI as a demon. That's what he referred to it as, and he basically just saying like, hey, if anything destroys us as a society, it will be artificial intelligence. And like, I just think it's interesting. At the time, I thought it was interesting, but it kind of comes back into the forefront for me because of the conversation that was just kind of taking place.
He watched iRobot and was like, fuck this.
Well, think about it, because when you start using robots to do daily tasks and things like that, then when do you stop upgrading them to do multiple things for
I feel like
humans so you
robots
don't have
should
to
be
do
done
it?
for manual labor, hard labor. I don't think humans
Yeah,
should have
see,
to.
but that's the problem, because then humans become lazy. And
Nah, we could. I feel like, well, I mean, we should be forced. Not really forced, but I don't know. We should be focused on something else.
Yeah, but
I feel you.
it just changes. I mean that's why they think like through evolution that humans, because we'll become more adapt with technology, that will change like our physical makeup will change. Like we'll become smaller, or like
Well, or I've heard people say that we'll enhance ourselves through technology,
Or we could do
and
that.
there's a process called I think it's singularity, where
Yeah, by 2030, Steve Kreckler or something like that.
Ray Kurzweil.
Yes, that's his fucking name, Ray Kurzweil.
Let's see
Genius.
Something singularity, a separate unit, unusual, distinctive manner, behavior. That doesn't really explain what I'm looking for.
Well,
Technological
basically
singularity
It's when the brain. It's when we merge with AI.
is a hypothetical future point in time at which technological growth becomes uncontrollable and irreversible, resulting in unforeseeable changes to human civilization. According to the most popular version of the singularity hypothesis, IJ Goods intelligence explosion model, an upgradable intelligent agent will eventually enter a runaway reaction of self-improvement cycles. So that's when machines or technology is able to improve upon itself.
Yeah, it doesn't need humans.
To improve
It's like,
it.
yo, you stupid fuckers.
Yeah,
Get out of my way.
each new and more intelligent generation appearing more and more rapidly. So this is also another thing to compare this to would be like the last 20 years. And when you look at like phones and things like that, the advancement from the last 20 years to the last like 500 years of human civilization, the progress is insane. But then again, part of the reason for that is because you make more advanced technology, which then makes it easier for you to discover and advance technology in itself. So that would be another argument. You know what I mean? When you're still trying to figure out how to even make cars, it's hard to like make electric cars because you haven't even found out how to fucking make a gas car yet.
Well-
It's a weird example, but
That's
Yeah.
kind of not true because they've been making
About to say
electric
they had it
bikes.
since 1900s.
Exactly.
interesting.
1800s.
Even the 1900s, that's 100 years ago.
Bruh, long time ago. So
Well,
imagine
bro,
if
how
they-
long-
Actually, not even really
Yeah.
that long ago, to be completely honest. I mean, your grandpa's 80.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's
So
not
it's
long
like-
ago. So like my point is 100 years ago, even if let's say fuck 20 years, let's start from there. 100
Oh.
years. Bro, the advancement from that point on is insane when you compare the advancement from like where we were at the year 1500 to the year 1700. You know what I mean? Like
You
the
know
difference
what's
between there
fucked up too,
we
right?
were riding on horses in the 1500s, we were riding on horses in the 1800s. You feel me? From the 1800s, we went from walking at riding horses to we could
carriages and
fly in
shit.
fucking planes. You feel me? Like crazy
Yo,
shit. We
literally, dude.
yeah, depending if you believe we went to space, go to space.
Well, regardless of no space, like
Yeah.
they fucking put bamboo and paper together and started flying.
Bro, people that were
You know
like
what I'm
started,
saying?
those motherfuckers are wild boys.
Savage. Like that shit had to work.
No, yeah, or else you died.
Like, this shit
or
gotta
else you
work, bro.
died. So yeah, I mean, so right here, Stephen Hawking have expressed concern that full artificial intelligence could result in human extinction. The consequences of singularity and its potential benefit or harm to the human race have been intensely debated. Yeah, I mean, Seven Man, how do you feel about this, bro? I don't know where you stand on it. Curious.
I don't like technology.
No.
I really don't. I mean, I know we got to use it.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's ways of like getting cheddar. bro.
And there's some benefits.
Yeah, some benefits, but I mean, like teaching your kids to sit on that, and that's what you know what I'm saying. Like give that, you know what I'm saying. Give that your what is that? How like just to let them sit there and do that, you know what I'm saying, for 30 minutes or so on. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that you know what I'm saying. But I mean, that's up to the parents. Like, if that's teaching them something,
it's like some babysitting type shit nowadays. You know?
But if it's like teaching them something, you feel me? Like their numbers or like letters and stuff like that, bro. That's perfectly fine. But don't let them sit there and play no games and stuff like that. You feel me? Like they shouldn't even their eyes shouldn't be so close to the screen. You know what I'm saying? Because that does
making
mess up your
good
eyes.
points right now. Yes,
you feel me? Because once I hit elementary school, like the people came to my class and they seen I had bad eyes. I mean, all I did was sit in front of that screen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, too close. Nobody ever said anything?
No. Nobody never knew.
They used to be on my head all the time. Like, goddamn, stop standing so close to the fucking TV.
Bro, you know what? Bro, I'm trying to tell you, and Dragon Ball Z was on all the time.
I was as close as my feet could touch the fucking TV.
Was you powering up?
Bro,
were you standing in front of the TV?
Bro, WWE, I was jumping off the second bump bed. You know what I'm saying? The top bump bed. You feel me?
Who was your favorite wrestler, bro?
The Rock, man, Dwayne Johnson.
Okay.
I got Scotty Too Hottie. That's my.
Fuck no, come on.
Bro, the Hardy Boys.
I'm fucking with Scotty Too Hottie, but like, come on, bro. Like when you're talking about The Rock, you're talking about like Stone Cold. He's not fucking with. Like, come on.
Dude,
Triple H.
Triple
H. Yeah, Triple H is the man.
Hardy Boys going crazy.
Bro, one time, speaking of concussions,
Undertaker.
I would like, and I'm sure y'all have similar stories where I would wrestle with like my brothers and shit like that. We'd be doing the wrestling moves, all that. I was undefeated. I'd always fucking smoke them because I was older than them.
Imagine.
Yeah, I was fucking them up bad. But you know, I'd like to make it interesting, like real wrestling. So sometimes I'd let them get a little move off or whatever.
And we used to go real backyard, like fucking set up fucking plastic tables and shit.
My family had my family had done that for Halloween. That was a little bit of a tradition for a little bit, where they would set up like full wrestling matches in the backyard type shit, and like come out and everything.
You ever
have
play
like
that backyard wrestling.
Oh yeah,
game?
for sure, fire.
The actual game.
Yeah, gas.
That shit was hard as fuck.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, I remember wrestling. Bro, I remember wrestling with like fucking literally like suplexes onto like their fucking metal bed and shit like that on the side. Oh yeah. It was wild.
Pillow stuff up and like in a sweatshirt, and just like start sumo wrestling.
Damn, we it was never any padding. They never got mercy like that. But one time I let them get me in the pedigree. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and hit the pedigree or whatever. Motherfucker hit the pedigree, put my ass on the fucking goddamn ground, pedigree my ass onto the floor. And yeah, I was like damn near. He got the 1-2 on me. I couldn't let him get the 3. But yeah, it was almost that time.
Like, damn, I shouldn't have given you that.
I had to get up and finish him.
You had to pull a little dirty move on him.
For sure. Bro, one time I remember kneeing my brother so hard in the fucking face on accident, like blacked his whole eye out. I put him in the closet. I said, hold this over your eye and you just like give yourself a second. And he came out of the closet, black eye. I'm like, fuck, all right, well, we gotta tell somebody.
He was sitting in the dark, bro. What you expect?
Well, bro, in case he got concussed, I didn't want him to like be, sensitive to light or nothing like that.
You're gonna let him sit in there and die,
go to sleep.
Well, thank God he didn't die. He's alive today. I'm gonna let you know. Yeah, he's tougher for that. Yeah. Sort of.
Yeah.
But
or slower, either one.
I'm sure there's some resentment.
That motherfucker was watching Best of the Best the other night. That's what it was.
Bro, I had to put it on him.
Give him that fucking bender they said was special.
Oh yeah, the foot to the fucking face. Ow.
Kick
Count those.
That's crazy, bro.
Count those piggies, man.
Yeah. Suck 'em.
Suck them. Hold on. Whoa. Hey. Yo. Let's see here, man. Last topic for the night. Let's do the Ime Udoka. Is that how you say his first name?
Yeah. Is he back in the league or something?
No, he's not. But we haven't talked about this yet.
There we go.
Who did we talk about it with?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we did. So Ime Udoka, he is the head coach for the Boston Celtics. He recently, I'm sure y'all have read about this, got in some trouble for a cheating scandal with a...
one of the people who work for the Celtics.
Head honchos. He fought one of the head honchos broads.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, this is kind of disputed because it was said that it was an employee and somebody that did the travel arrangements, but then Matt Barnes actually did an interview on Vlad, and he's like, yeah, no, he's like, at first, I kind of like was supporting him. He's like, but now he didn't even want to talk about it type shit. He's like, but I'm not going to talk about that. But he's like, at the end of the day, it's shit that he did shit that you just cannot do, and just was real like that on it. So then people started to speculate after that interview came out. That's at least when I saw it. And people were like, okay, well, what the fuck does he mean? And then just people started to speculate, like I said, that it was the one of the owner's wives. And there's been more evidence that has come out after that to support that claim. Either way, I mean, I understand why that changes it from the team perspective, but I mean, really, you're kind of wild either way. What?
No, I'm just playing.
Yeah. Okay. What? Like, but yeah,
hey, man,
what was that?
it's muddy waters, but
It is definitely. I mean, it's you're traversing a very sketchy situation right now. When you're talking about the person that signs your checks, you're fucking
You're
with
the
their
coach.
wife.
you could have
You're the
clapped
coach.
any cheeks. Why those?
Yeah, I mean, you
She
know
was
what?
throwing them
Actually,
at him.
let me see if we can find a picture of this woman. Ime Udoka. He was actually with Nia Long, by the way. She happens to be
A beautiful woman.
yeah. Y'all know Nia Long, correct?
Of course.
No? Okay, let me pull that up.
She sounds fine.
She sounds fine. Yeah. All right, right here, Cole. The movie Friday. You seen Friday?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's
her.
what Ice Cube was trying to get with.
Oh my god, yeah, she is fine. Nia Long, I thought it sounded familiar, to be honest.
That was his wife.
No, Nia Long. This is the woman that he couldn't help but stick his dick in,
Yeah.
supposedly.
Oh God.
The white chick?
Married Mormon woman. Yeah, the white chick.
Well, Snow Buddy got his ass.
Yeah.
I blame her.
He chose.
I blame her.
He
Look at her. Is
chose.
that her fucking man?
I guess. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, she was definitely married. I mean, but the heart wants what the heart wants.
She probably, never mind.
I mean, I don't even understand how like this is relevant to his basketball situation.
What are you talking
Like
about?
this guy definitely is not no fucking
Yeah,
owner.
who cares if he's cheating?
Like, is this the boyfriend?
Bro,
in
but
the picture with her, like,
if
he's not
you're-
no fucking owner.
I mean, bro, if his family's got it like that, he could be.
Down there in the picture shows that he's.
Man, that shit's crazy, bro.
The vice president's wife. So, yeah, no, that has something to do with it.
So he's pretty young, vice VP. That's nice, man.
Yeah.
Brad
VP's definitely gonna make it.
That-
up.
Brad
that-
Stevens definitely gave you that job. That's why Ime was like, "Yeah, I'm Piper, bro."
You don't think that you don't think it has anything to do with him being a coach? Like in this instance, I could see why he needs to step away and why he can't be there.
Oh yeah, he smacked the VP's broad. He got to step away.
Motherfucker, you
But-
just said it has nothing to do with it.
This dude is young, and he probably is. Just
He
Brad
needed
Stevens-
that.
Brad Stevens' homeboy.
Oh, okay, make your point though. You feel me?
Brad Stevens was jealous of Ime's success,
So he set him up for the kill.
and he dropped his scandal. You know what I'm saying?
I had heard somebody say so he's suspended for the year, and I had I heard somebody that was talking about it on like ESPN and said that the reason that he is suspended and not just let go right now, so they could block him from getting another job, and he's not getting paid for the year since he's suspended.
Wow.
So it's really like some spiteful shit not to let him go.
Wow.
Yeah,
That dude really pulled some strings.
yeah. But that's what happens when you fuck with the vice.
Yeah,
he has those.
Brad Stevens' homeboy, his little pet right here. That's what you're seeing.
His brother.
It probably something like that.
His cousin.
Probably went to school together, some shit out there at Butler.
Yeah.
And then he got his bit smacked. His bra got bent over, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Big bro, I'm embarrassed."
But if like your judgment is that off, like if I'm Brad Stevens or whoever's making that decision on the Celtics, this dude's gone. I can empathize with people being put in a position. He ends up being attracted to this woman. Y'all do whatever you do. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like you got to have better judgment than that. You got to have better control. You know what I'm saying? Like so even if this isn't the issue and it all comes out, like what if that causes an issue with your players, for example? Like let's put it on the floor.
Do
You
they
know what
really
I'm
want to
saying?
go to a team dinner and bring their wives?
Sure, yeah. I mean that's one thing.
You might,
Um,
your bitch
he's
might
the
get
wife.
smacked.
that's
in the
one
booty.
thing.
Do the wives want them going on a tour bus with you,
Or it's like, bro, or it's like you're in a leadership position. How can I really take your leadership serious when you like
Yeah, you're up here. You might fuck.
you're
my
fucking
bitch.
around. Well, also you just fucking around. Period.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean? Like
I was
you got.
with Billy.
Yeah. Well, I mean either way.
Can't
What's that?
trust you, bitch.
Yeah, it's that. Can't trust him. Can't trust him. Can't trust him. You can't trust me either, bro. Come on, man. We gotta figure out how to say his name for real. Mr. Udoka. Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Ime Udoka.
It's Mr. Stay Your Girl.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
He's dropping a little gang
shit.
sign right there.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh yeah, I see him.
Damn.
I think he's throwing horns down.
Nah, we don't
No,
say
what he's
that.
doing
Don't
is
do that.
one for the
Oh, is that
stick,
something?
one for the pink.
Well, really, I mean, I'm talking about the university. I'm saying fuck the University of Texas. That's what that means to me.
I got you.
I don't know what else that means.
Yeah, go
One for
ahead.
the stink and one for the pink. Yes, sir.
Nice. All right. Well, that's
You
it.
see Brown, it's going down.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, the funny because like on the right outside of the frame, that guy's wife is there.
Yeah, he's hitting the rock. Oh my god.
He's like that.
They cropped her out.
He's like that. I
hit
tagged
I
that.
hit that.
That I smacked that.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Crashed
That's
it.
nuts. We need to hear her
She's not
fucking
a Mormon
speak on
No,
this.
we don't. No, we don't.
We definitely do.
No, we don't.
Bro,
She's
not a
hold on.
Mormon. No, we
So she gets
No,
out
we
of this.
don't.
She gets out of this unscathed. This dude's entire life gets fucked up.
That's
she just
how
gets to
it
keep going.
happens.
She ain't a Mormon
and,
no
and
more.
you're in support of it. You're like, yeah, man, we don't
That's-
need to hear about. We don't need to hear from her. Let her be.
She's not
She's gonna lie.
pure.
She's gonna lie.
I mean,
I
hey,
don't wanna
which,
hear it.
which is her right. Which is her right to do that.
She's not pure. She's not a Mormon anymore.
Damn, yeah.
She stepped out of her line.
It's over.
You got
Bro,
see.
her man doesn't
She
even
needs
look
to
like he
repent.
gives the dick, bro. I can see what she, you know what I mean? She's confused.
Nah,
Right here.
you know, Ime just has a little bit more time on his hands than the VP of the team.
Somehow he got this bitch out of this.
This is what they go to sleep in? Yes. Every night?
Somehow me got her to slip out of this. Her
I feel like that's kind of sexy.
that shit is hot.
That's one hell of a role play.
That is demonic.
Yeah. No, this is what Mitt Romney wore.
No, he didn't.
Come on, man.
He's a liar.
Explain that.
Oh, I didn't touch those women.
Explain that.
I had my undergarments on.
Yeah, man. This is what this
Yeah, I
is.
bet.
It ain't none.
Look at these ass hats.
Yeah.
When do you think that is?
What do you mean?
Like what time?
They wear this now, bro.
That's no.
Yes, they do.
Stop. They don't.
Bro, I'm not lying. What the fuck do you mean? Bro, this guy's wearing it as we speak.
Look at
And he's
that
getting
guy.
beat up.
Look at his smirk.
He's getting
Yeah,
beat
his
the fuck up.
his bitch is getting tagged is what's
Why
happening.
does he look like an off-brand Mark Wahlberg?
He's over there tucking it in, and his bitch is over there getting long stroked by Billy.
Nah, yeah, I'm fucking their bitch.
Yeah, it was. He's like, yeah, okay, I agree with that. Yeah, look at this right here. This is the evolution of their.
They need to stop.
Damn, they blacked my dog's dick out.
Yo, he's slong.
My dog got the hang low. Like,
Jesus.
what the fuck?
He's not blessing no bitches.
Jesus.
He ain't blessing no
He ain't allowed-
bitches.
Nah, I'll tell you one thing. His bitch not getting fucked by nobody.
Oh my god, he said, "Bitch, you can look at it."
She's holding out for that one day.
You can look at it.
That's it.
Oh
She's
Lord.
holding out for that one day.
Oh my God. I'm not a Mormon. I'm a Democrat. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I bet. That means
Either
you can
way.
pull it out. You can pull it out the side hole, huh?
There you go. Shout out to the Mormons, man.
Nipples covers.
Fucking
Nipple
Thank-
covers.
Thank y'all for tuning in. This
at
is
that. It has a crotch
This was
hole.
everything. We appreciate y'all. Hope y'all had a good time with us. Like, share, subscribe. Show some love to
What's
let's
up
see,
with the
Gates.
nipple coverings?
You really want to know?
I mean, it's a temple garment. What temple garment?
Listen, go to fucking Salt Lake City, Utah, and then you go tell us
Please,
how it's
God,
like.
no.
But other
Salt
than
Lake
that,
City, Utah. Well, I have to ask young boy.
that's where the Church of the Latter Day
Isn't
Saints
that
are.
where what's his
headquarters.
name, Zach Wilson's from? Where he was
Oh, yeah.
piping mamas.
That's what BYU is, a Mormon
Hey,
university.
Is Notre Dame like Prince of something? Princess or something?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Like
no,
the-
it's just like a
Notre Dame means like the
like the
meaning.
cathedral of Notre Dame in
Yeah, it's
in
like-
Europe. Yeah, I think it's like a something like that.
Oh, I'm high.
I don't fucking know.
random
Me
shit.
Well, real quick,
I'm
this
out.
guy right here, that's what BYU is named after.
The college?
Second president
Solid
of the Church
fucking
of the
beard.
Latter Day Saints. That is Mormonism.
Solid fucking beard, brown boy.
Fucking great beard.
Bro,
Go ahead, copy this so y'all
my
can get
man
that.
started a whole college?
Oh yeah, they have the most national championships in NCAA history.
BYU?
No way.
Nobody knows that.
Yeah, nobody knows that. Probably not true. Young had at least 56 wives and 57 children. Damn, he instituted a ban prohibiting conferring the priesthood on men of Black African descent and led the church in the Utah War against the United States. Well,
Oh, this man is a fucking
this is
G.
Billy's homeboy.
Because he died.
What do you do?
Miserably.
I don't know. It sounds like he might be on some racist shit, possibly.
he's a
Let's make sure.
fucking-
Let's see. Young had somewhat mixed view on slavery, which historian John G. Turner called a bundle of contradictions. In the 1840s, Young strove to keep aloof from nationwide political debates over slavery, avoiding committing to either anti-slavery or pro-slavery. It's like the dude from the video you sent me. The guy's like, "Are you pro-slavery or not?" He's like, "No comment."
No comment.
No comment. He's like, "Are you sure?" It's a really easy fucking question.
Said no comment.
You literally said that. This is modern day. This is a dude that's just at like a fucking protect your guns fucking rally or whatever.
No, he's at a Trump rally.
Was he? I feel like he wasn't. No, because I thought it was too, and I went back. I showed somebody else the video, and it wasn't.
It's
So
like
I didn't.
NRA,
Some shit like that. Yeah. All right. So in January 1852, he declared a speech that no property can or should be recognized as existing in slaves, suggesting opposition to the existence of slavery. However, 2 weeks later, Young declared himself a firm believer in slavery. Bro, he just thought about that shit for 2 weeks. I was tripping.
Yeah, man. Look
how much
here,
they're
brothers.
bringing
I'm
in.
riding out with you.
There's also evidence to suggest Young believed in the racial superiority of white men. His manuscript history from January 5th, 1852. Oh, that was your homeboys when they ran down. Oh, that's January 6th, right?
No, January 6th.
Yeah.
Wrong history.
Wrong history. Let's see. On this topic, they have no wisdom to act like white men. Young adopted the Christian idea of the curse of Ham, a racist interpretation of Genesis 9, which white proponents of slavery in antebellum America used to justify enslaving black people of African descent, and applied it to liberally and literally. Young also predicted a future in which Chinese and Japanese people would immigrate to America. He averred that Chinese and Japanese immigrants would need to be governed by white men, as they would have no understanding of government. They'd be just confused.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
This motherfucker was tripping. Let's see. Also, what's the curse of Ham? Anybody know?
Yeah, you use some fucking bad ham. You're gonna
I
be
don't
shitting.
know. I mean, obviously it's some crazy shit. I've never heard that before.
I think I've heard of this. I think this is where they say that there's a curse, and like in this curse, this like basically says like this person has dark skin and like a certain type of hair and some shit. I've heard of this, but I'm not
There
like
it is.
super familiar with it.
As he drank the ham right there at the top.
You want to read it? What we're Oh, okay. Let's show right here. Is it where biblical narrative, the concept of the curse of Ham finds its origins in Genesis 9, 20, and Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him. Okay, hold up. What the fuck is even happening?
Made him black.
There's a lot of shit going on.
And he said, "Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants, shall he be unto his brethren." And he said, "Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem." And like, honestly, I'm confused. What the fuck even happened? So the dude was naked. They went in there and saw their father naked, and they're like, "You fucking are cursed."
He literally went there and he took a Bible verse and just made it into some racist shit.
Transgression.
Like, come on, Papa. What are we doing, man?
Pop.
Mr. Birmingham.
The majority of commentators, both ancient and
Mr.
modern,
Young.
have felt
And they have
that
a whole
Ham
school
seeing
after
his
this
father.
racist?
Okay, hold up. The commentators,
He did great things.
both ancient and modern, have felt that Ham seeing his father nakedness was not sufficiently serious crime to explain the punishment that follows. Nevertheless, Genesis 9:23, where Shem and Japheth cover Noah with a cloak while averting their eyes, suggests that the act of seeing Noah's nakedness is to be taken literally. And it has recently been pointed out that in the first millennium, Babylonia, looking at another person's genitals was indeed regarded a serious matter. Other ancient commentators suggested that Ham was guilty of more than what the Bible says. Has Ham gossiping about his father's drunken disgrace in the streets. So he is shit talking. Ham laughed at his father's shame and did not cover it, but laughed about it and mocked it. Ancient commentators have also debated whether seeing someone's nakedness meant to have sex with that person. The same idea was raised by 3rd century rabbis in the Babylonian Talmud, who argue that Ham either castrated his father or sodomized him.
You got shit dick.
Yo, come on, son. The same explanations are found in 3 Greek translations of the Bible, which replace the word "see" in verse 22 with another word denoting homosexual relations. The castration theory has its modern counterpart in suggested parallels found in the castration of Uranus by Cronus in Greek mythology.
That is crazy. That the fact that he's talking about Uranus and there's literally like Uranus. Like, what is going on,
dude? I couldn't have picked a better group of people to read this with. Like, what the fuck? And
I'm just like, so he basically, he fucked his father into shame.
What is going on,
bro? Come on now,
like,
we're talking about a story from the Bible.
Is that what
like what?
Well, yeah.
What did Ham see that he emasculated him? He said to his brothers, Adam and the first man had 2 sons, yet one killed the other because of the inheritance of the world. Cain killed Abel over dispute how to divide the world between them. According to our father has 3 sons, yet seeks a 4th son. Curse of Canaan's Dead Sea Scrolls.
Canaan was a very important guy.
Trying to see, like, okay, right here.
So Canaan was the guy who sodomized his father, correct?
I don't think we're clear on that.
Well, that's what it said, right? The nakedness could be that.
They said it could be, but he could have also just seen his genitals and then not covered him up, which would have been like a not kind thing to do. One, to just laugh at him, haha, you're drunk, and then not cover him up.
That's also pretty weird.
Either way, it's fucked up. Yeah, I mean, definitely if he fucked him while he's asleep, that's a little wild.
As he's laying, rolling on the floor, drunk. Like, who does? Like, who looks at their like? You know what I'm saying? Like, who looks at their
whoa, get it, whoa.
I'm gonna try to cover you with the blanket, but
cover you. I'm gonna throw something in the room at you. And
Never
say,
since Ham was
get
black.
It together.
Send a female in.
You're grown.
That's fair enough.
So this is part of where like people were like flipping it, I guess, because this is.
Why is that guy on his knees?
Curse possibly blackened by
Take a
innocent.
screenshot. I'm not tripping. Look at what is that?
Yeah, he's down to
Noah curses Ham. I think he's saying like, "Please don't curse me" or some shit. Maybe.
Can we get a little zoom in on that there?
Please don't curse me.
Oh no, I think he's cursing somebody over here. And then this person's like, "Well, let me make sure."
So what's going?
Oh, maybe they're checking his dick because part of the story was also that he could have been castrated. So like, oh shit, yeah, he cut your dick off. And he's like, okay, well, fucking cursed.
Or he was like, yeah, he hurt me. Please, can you check it out?
God cursed Ham because he broke a prohibition on sex aboard the ark and was smitten in his skin. According to another, Noah cursed him because he castrated his father.
Dude, it'd be fucked up to think like this.
Yeah.
If like, say there's like this shit's all crazy, but
Yeah,
what
yeah.
if people were really fucking back in the day were like manipulated with curses? Type shit.
Yeah.
And like, what the shit that really doesn't even make sense. Like, it's not real. Curses aren't, but it's like literally that back in the day was such a stronghold on people's minds. It's like, if
Dude,
you do
and
this, you're cursed. People were like, no,
Yeah, they're going freaking out.
no, please.
Yeah, giving them all their life savings.
That would be
and shit.
crazy.
Damn.
For that
you
sake,
gotta do is
Yeah, there's a lot of
real,
shit here.
You know.
Yeah, this shit goes deep. All right, well, either way, this might be something to get into another day because there's just this very,
go Google.
yeah, it's very deep as far as the, just yeah, like this has been, most from the Bible, so there's that, but then it's been like
It is Sunday
reinterpreted.
school.
It's been it's been interpreted like 100 times through Judaism, through different books in the Bible, and then also just racist motherfuckers like using it conveniently.
Dude, I actually just found this fucking YouTube channel.
Yeah.
This guy makes like crazy charts and shit. And just imagine charts about anything, but he also does videos about the charts. And he did this chart about the timeline of the Bible verses and who wrote it, and like it was the sickest shit I've ever fucking seen in my life. For the fact that he just puts it in perspective of like the timeline.
Yeah.
It was craziest thing to see.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah, but
And
this
how
is.
many times? Basically, I'm getting there because you're saying how many times it's been rewritten.
Oh yeah.
That's what he was saying.
So they try to scramble it.
That's what he was saying is like how many times it was just rewritten.
Yeah.
See, that's
in the timeline. It's kind of crazy.
Try to scramble the word.
They don't want you to know it all.
Yeah, I believe that.
They want you to have a bobbled mind.
Yeah.
But thank y'all for tuning in.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still reading this shit.
Thank you.
But thank y'all for tuning in.
We'll be reading them tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, for sure. Check us every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Dropping full episodes every day. We got little smaller episodes coming out. So definitely stay tuned for those. Check out Gates Open Media. Check out Smooth Recoil. Those are my guys. Also check out the Bright Side podcast. It's a nice Atlanta hip hop podcast that we work with from time to time.
Facts.
So check them out. Other than that, stay tuned in with Sit in Politic. We're here, episode 55, I think. It might be 56. 56. And yeah, just love y'all. Thank you for supporting. Like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for coming through. It's love. And we'll do it again.
That's how we do it, man.
Yes, sir. We're out.